Good evening and welcome to the United Stand. It's Manchester United at home to Real Sociedad. We do lead 4-0. We do have 4 away goals, but the excitement is in relation to the amount of players that we could have playing that we don't normally get to see. Will we see Diallo? I mean, but not just Diallo. Will we get to see Tuanzebe? I'd love to see Tuanzebe start. Maybe we'll see Goldbridge. Maybe we'll see Sociedad. Maybe we'll see... God knows. I don't really know who we're going to see, because the reality is that there is confirmed news from Ole Gunnar Solskjær that McTominay, Van der Beek and Cavani are not fit, but also that potentially Greenwood and Mata are not involved. So I've put a team out there. Look, I don't see that team being picked. In fact, I don't know why. Let me just remove this person because I was just messing around with something earlier. He won't play. It'll be Bruno. Aubrey's back, says Miasi. Oh, you're winning 1-0, I can see. Yes, well done. Maybe go and watch your club instead of sticking your nose in our great club. But the reality is, I think Solskjaer's got I mean, I would start Galbraith, says Paul Taylor. What I would say about Galbraith is that if he's starting, then Diallo definitely should start. So, and I think that Manchester United, they do have to... Why are Arsenal not playing at the Emirates? That's not the Emirates, is it? Is that the Emirates? It doesn't look like the Emirates. Maybe it is the Emirates. Anyway, not interested. The point I was going to make is that Solskjaer's got a big decision to make tonight. Now, I personally am going to, say something quite blunt, because I think football opinion shouldn't be diluted. I think Solskjaer's stupid to start Rashford and Bruno tonight. Not because he'll get away with it, not because he won't get lucky, but because it's played at a neutral ground. There you go, it's played in Athens. Not because I think that effectively there has been a lot of moaning from a lot of managers, including Solskjær, about the relentless schedule of this season. And I agree. The schedule has been ridiculous, and it's been like this since September. Most players, including Rashford and Bruno, have been playing 3 games a week for the last 5 months. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So when you get an opportunity in a game that you've got 4 away goals and you are 4 goals up against Real Sociedad at Old Trafford, you've got this is the perfect opportunity to not start Rashford and to not start Bruno. I think he's stupid to start them, but I think he will start them. And I think even without the injury crisis, I think he was going to start them. I don't know why. And I think this is something that I've always said about Solskjær that worries me a little bit in relation to his ability to change the team, his confidence to rest players. I mean, riddle me this. If we are winning, if this game is 0-0 with half an hour to go, and he takes Rashford and Bruno off, and then Sociedad score 2 quick goals, he can't bring them back on. But if he doesn't start Bruno and Rashford and puts them on the bench, and we're 2-0 down with half an hour to go, he can bring them on. So for me, the most logical thing is to not start them. But I've got a feeling that he will start them. Mohamed Karim says there's been a leaked team with Henderson, Williams, Maguire, Tuanzebe, Telles, Fred, Matic, Rashford, Bruno, James and Martial. That's way too strong. That is way. If that is true, Mohamed, it actually winds me up a little bit, because it's way too strong. And it's frustratingly too strong. I back Solskjær, of course I do. I back this team, but I don't know why we're going strong. I don't know any manager that would do this. If I'm honest, I don't know any manager that would go with their strong team against Real Sociedad when you're leading 4-0 and you've got Chelsea on Sunday. It's just, the mind boggles as to why you would do that. But I am expecting it. But Benny Game says surely Bailly will play. And Bruno didn't start against West Ham or Liverpool. We have no other midfielders, says Queen in the North. And is that the confirmed team? No, that's the predicted team on the screen at the moment. He doesn't trust his bench, says Devils 58. But that's the whole point, isn't it? If you can't pick the same players all the time, because they will get injured. They will. And if you don't give your bench time, then they can't get time, can they? It's a double-edged sword. But Mr. and Mrs. Bickerton says, I love Ollie, but I'm confused with his tactics. Ollie said he will more or less play the Newcastle lineup, says Omar. And league team again, Henderson, Williams, Maguire, Tuanzebe, Telles, Fred, Matic, Rashford, Bruno, James and Martial, says Lewis. So that's another one coming out there. I don't know where people are getting this leaked team from, by the way. But there definitely seems to be a few people talking about it. Let me just see if I can find it for you. I'm getting ignored. This hurts me a lot, says Bruno. And I'm expecting Goldbridge, says Joshua. I don't think there's any chance that he will start. I don't think he's even ready. I don't think he's even ready to start in a Premier League game for Manchester United. If I'm honest with you, I think that he looks like a good player, but I don't think he's ready for Premier League football or first team football for Manchester United quite yet. But he is part of the squad, and I can't wait to know what the problem is with Greenwood and Mata, because Mata would be absolutely nailed on in a game like this. Surely it must be injury, because it's not like they've both. Well, I mean, Greenwood's played a bit of football, but not loads of football, is it? So, a couple of super chats here. We've got. I'll be very disappointed if you don't put one or two of the youngsters on for this. No better time for them to gain experience and rest some players, says Mike. I mean, I suppose the flip side is, Mike, that there is no losing position here for Ollie unless those players get tired, which is the untold damage, or they get injured, which is the obvious damage, because the stronger the team he picks, the better chance of winning. So it's not like if he picks the strong team, we can go, oh, we got it wrong, we lost, because the strong team's going to have more chance of winning than picking a couple of players who wouldn't normally start. Hoping Maggie gets a rest and Bruno gets the armband. Is the team news for Europa League still an hour before kickoff, says Joshua Bowwater. I can't remember what happened last week. I don't remember what happened last week. So we have got another team being leaked, and it's the same one. Well, no, I don't believe that one. To be fair, I don't believe that one. But I am just having a quick look, because we'll see if we can find something for you. Thoughts on Tuanzebe possibly starting, says Omar. I would love to see Tuanzebe start this game. I think he has to start this game. I think it's been too long without him. Okay, I can see somebody saying league team, but it's whether you trust these sources. I mean, bloody hell, they're coming from very, very unreliable places. It is. I can see a couple of teams that are Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Maguire. These are not league teams. I'm sorry, these are not league teams. I'm not having it. They're not. It feels like Tuanzebe never played after PSG, says Sahil. And more league team, more like weak team. And the league team, as I understand it, and I don't know where it's coming from, so I'm not going to really put much weight on it, is Henderson in goal, Williams, Tuanzebe, Maguire, Telles, Matic, Fred, Bruno, Rashford, Martial and James, which is pretty much that team I've got on the left there, apart from Bay and no Tuanzebe. So, yes. Thoughts on Henderson to Tottenham, says Rico. I think one of them's got to go. And Mark, you have said that Ollie going now would have destabilised the club, but look at Chelsea and Tuchel undefeated. Mate, would you really would sack Ole Gunnar Solskjær right now? Have you looked at the league table? And I think that's the most important thing with Manchester United. Can I just very, very quickly, I must do this. United Stand Picks. If you've already downloaded it, then the link is in the video description. We're giving away another £1,000 cash prize pot. So the link's in the video description. Download it. You've got to be over 18 because you've got to win cash. You've got to be over 18. So the link's in the video description. It's free to enter. So if you've already downloaded it, don't forget to play. 12 questions to do with the game. They're all in-game questions. Things like, will Bruno get an assist? Will United score in the first half? How many goals will United score? 12 game-specific questions. You answer them. You get points for everyone you get right. There's a live leaderboard while the game's up and running. The people at the top of the leaderboard win the £1,000 cash prize. The link is in the video description. If you've not played it, download it. It's free to play, but you must be over 18. If you have played it, keep playing. You're going to get lucky one time. Well, it's not really luck, is it? It's answering questions. So don't forget to play. Link in the video description. Terms and conditions are there, and play responsibly. We've got another super chat coming in from here. 1-1 for Benfica, by the way. Fantastic free kick. So that's an away goal there. It's all square. New United Stand merch arrived just in time for the game. Going to be interesting to see the confirmed team. Expecting a win regardless of who we put out. Hope you're well, mates. It's just Joseph Tyrrell. Big up, Joseph. 3-1 to the Arsenal. Slight setback, says Zane. Zane shitting it, isn't it? Is it true that AFTV Claude is joining United Stand, Archie? Archie, is it true that you're a big prat? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how people's my mind works weirdly, but I don't know how some people's minds work. The team squad will release on United app, says Multi. Just from Ole Gunnar Solskjær in the programme notes, this is coming through Simon Stone's tweet. I'll have a look at freshening the team in certain areas, but we'll definitely be treating this game as much as a match in its own right. It's 0-0 from first whistle. That's the only way we can approach the game. We need to demonstrate focus and clinical mindset that best teams always show. See, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that from Ole Gunnar Solskjær. We're treating this game as a match in its own right. It's 0-0 from first whistle. It's not 0-0. I'm sorry, Ollie. It's not 0-0. It's 4-0, and you've got a massive game on Sunday, and you've been playing twice a week for the last 5 months. It's not 0-0. It's 4-0, and it's 4 away goals. Treating this like a match in its own right is stupid. It is. It really is. It's like eating your dinner. It's like having a 3-course meal that you really loved, and you demolish it, and you absolutely love it, and then someone else says, "Here's another one for you," and you don't take notice of the fact that you're full and tired from the other one. Like you've got to take notice of the fact that you're 4-0 up. It's not 0-0. It's not a match in its own right. It's 4-0. It's half time, and any manager would utilise the fact that they've got time to spare in relation to resting players. It's game management, and I don't know why he wouldn't want to game manage it. You've got 5 substitutes to make. How I would approach this, and look, Ole Gunnar Solskjær is a better manager than me, of course he is, but it doesn't mean I haven't got an opinion. How I would approach this is we're 4-0 up with 4 away goals. I'm going to start Ahmad. I'm going to start, well, I don't know who he's going to start, to be fair, because we are thin on the ground, I think, but I would have Bruno and Rashford on the bench, and I would be like, every minute that this is 0-0 or we're drawing, I'm not bringing them on. And if it's 2-0 at half time, you think, right, Bruno, Rashford, get your kit off, you're going on. But I wouldn't start with them because they don't get the rest then. If you start with them, they're probably going to have to play 90 minutes, aren't they? Because you're always going to be shit in it that it might fall apart. Playing Bruno and Rashford for 90 minutes tonight is nothing short of ridiculous. I don't get it. Why run the risk of over-fatigue of players when you can give them a rest? Mark's face changes colour because I have a TV on. So, my face will change colour with based what's on the telly. Will you start instead of Bruno, says Amit. I could start in a game like this. I'd be fine. Have you seen Sven Botman, a young talented centre-back? Opinions? I have, Ollie McNeil. And Mark, hearing De Gea is starting. If De Gea is starting, then that means Henderson starting against Chelsea. Hope you're well, Mark. Hope Ahmad does well, says Regan. And Bay needs to play against Chelsea, says Sahel. He played very well against Chelsea last season. I mean, that would be interesting, isn't it? That would be interesting. Archie, for the last time, you're off. Piss off, you boring sod. Capital letters in the same quote over and over and over when it's been asked. I fear that Pogba will join Man City for free in 2022. What do you think, says MM? I don't think Manchester United will allow that to happen. And it would be huge news if David De Gea started. Yes, because it would mean that Henderson would start against Chelsea. So, yeah. 1 minute, I'm just going to have to go and get the door because it's ringing. Very annoying that because... Back again. I said it once, I said it a million times. Listen out for the door. There's probably going to be a delivery. I'm live. Oh, it pisses me off. It's not like I'm not at work, is it? I'm back. I'm back again. So, yeah, I don't know where that was coming from about De Gea starting, but... that would mean that Henderson would start. Yeah. Renate, thanks for the super chat. Please subscribe, by the way. I forgot to say this at the start. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to get up to 993,000 today. We are getting closer and closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, which is amazing. The closer we get, the more exciting it gets, I suppose. But please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Just wanted to say hello and hope you're doing well, says Kenneth Hoagland. Just wanted to say thank you, Kenneth, and I hope you're doing well as well. And would you play Tuanzebe CDM and Lindelof centre-back with Bailly, says Cruz. Maguire, I mean, look, I suppose it's habit that I don't mention Maguire when I say that Bruno and Rashford need a rest. But I should mention Maguire in that because he needs a rest as well. You know, there is exactly that issue with Manchester United that there is with Harry Maguire, with Rashford and Maguire. That they all need a rest. Bruno, Rashford and Maguire, they should all be rested in this game. But whether Solskjær is going to do it or not, I don't know. The team is out for the game, and it is a very strong team. I can't believe the team that he's gone with. It really is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's put out a strong team. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it. I predicted it. He's gone with a really strong team. I do worry about Ollie. This is nothing about being Ollie out. It's nothing about being Ollie out. But this is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's rested Maguire. Oh, no. He has rested Rashford. I take it back. I thought I saw... I need my glasses on. So he's rested Rashford, but he's not rested Bruno. And Bruno's the captain. I can live with it. I can live with this team. So, sorry, I apologise. It's always good to apologise when you get things wrong. So, no Maguire. He's out, but Lindelof plays. So, Lindelof is playing instead of Maguire. We've got Lindelof, Bailly. I don't know what the back four is. Telles, Wan-Bissaka. So, he's still playing Wan-Bissaka. I think that's a bloody mistake, don't you? So Wan-Bissaka's playing. Brandon Williams, unlucky. You're not playing again. So we've got a back four of Henderson, Lindelof, Bailly, Wan-Bissaka and Telles. Midfield of Fred and Matic, which I think was inevitable. Bruno's playing. No Rashford, but it's James, Martial and Greenwood. So Greenwood is fit. So... no Rashford, which I think is useful. And no Harry Maguire is a good idea. I mean, I would have loved to see no... trying to think. No Bruno, but in all honesty, when I talk to you about the bench in a moment, you really do understand the problem that he's got, because that is, the bench is ridiculous. So... Bishop, De Gea, Grant, Maguire, Tuanzebe, Shaw, Williams, Galbraith, Ahmad, Rashford, Shoretire. He's actually got nobody who can play at cam. So he's got to pick Bruno. And this is a dangerous thing to do. He has to pick Bruno, who needs a rest, because he's got nobody to play at cam tonight. Well, he could have played Greenwood there, and he could have played Diallo off the right. That's what I would have done. But Bruno is the captain, yes. So that is the team. Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Lindelof and Telles. I quite like the fact that Lindelof and Bailly are going to play together. I think that's quite an exciting thing, isn't it, really? Because many people have said that Lindelof gets a lot of stick because he always plays with Maguire. Maguire has got away with it a little bit because when he plays with Bailly, he plays well. What if tonight... This is a pressure game for Maguire, and he's not even playing, because what if Lindelof plays really well tonight with... Eric Bailly? That's an interesting thing, isn't it? Thanks for the super chat, Skippy. Then we've got Matic and Fred. There's nobody else. I mean, Galbraith is probably the backup CDM today because there's no Van der Beek, there's no McTominay, there's no Pogba. And then Bruno is playing at cam. He shouldn't be playing. Bruno Fernandes shouldn't be playing this game. If he pulls his hamstring or gets injured, it's on Ollie. But in fairness, who else could he play in that position? He could have put Greenwood there and put Diallo on the wing. But realistically, his bench is not strong in relation to attacking options. He's basically got Ahmad, Rashford and Shoretire as the options on the bench. There is no Cavani. So it is an interesting team from Manchester United. It's certainly an exciting team, but I would have thought, why is Tuanzebe not starting again? Mata, I don't know what the problem is with Mata. He's not fit. People are saying, what about Mata? He's not fit. He's not there. Loads of people talking about Mata, not on the bench. I'm sorry if you've joined in a little bit later, but we've been talking about this before. Mata is not fit. Mata is not on the bench. Mata can therefore not play. So the options at Cam are very, very limited because, as we know, Mata is injured. But look, he could have played Greenwood at Cam. He could have put Ahmed on the right. He's gone with Bruno, and there it is. Why is he playing Bruno when he's got Van der Beek and Mata, says Jack. Jack, why are you not aware as a Man United fan that Van der Beek's been injured for over a week and Mata's injured as well? And he wasn't pictured with the squad. Mata is not there. Mata is not part of the squad. Brandon Williams is not even... Well, no, he is on the bench, as is... I'm surprised that Tuanzebe's not starting, actually. He could have played a simple 4-4-2 with Martial and Greenwood up top would have rested Bruno, says Ewan Black. Yeah, but I don't really have a massive problem with playing the same formation. And Mark, Man United just posted an article about how Bailly likes Ramos very much. Hint of a potential transfer. No. That's just a player talking about a player they like. Mark, a real pain starting a strong team, but maybe just being secure at half-time, then early subs in the second half, says Michael McPherson. You know what? Look, it's only my theory, but I don't think so. I don't think we will see the subs at half-time. I think we will see them with 20 minutes to go if we are lucky. Because Solskjær is clearly risk-averse. He is risk-averse because... The way to do this was the other way round. The way to do this was put Bruno on the bench as well and start with a youngster. Give him 45 minutes. If you're 2-0 down, you bring Rashford on, you bring Bruno on, and you've got 45 minutes to steady the ship and get over the line. If you take Bruno off at half-time, you can't bring him back on. So if it's 0-0 at half-time and suddenly Bruno goes off and Sociedad score 2 quick goals before the 70th minute, then the game could be lost. So I'm telling you now, he's not going to make them... I guarantee he'll bring Rashford on before he brings Shoretiri on or Ahmed. Hi Mark, please say hello to my amazing fiancée Simone. She finds it funny when you say hello and welcome to the United Stand, says Aidan. Thank you very much, Aidan, and hello to your fiancée. Are we playing 3 goalkeepers on the bench because we have no one else to fill the bench? And honestly, would have liked to see Axel and Williams start, says Sachin. Well, we've got 3 goalkeepers on the bench because, yeah, we're short. Hi, Mark. If we get 1-0 or 2-0 up at half-time, Bruno will be off. I'd stick Ahmed in my opinion. Aidan Sweet. I would also say let's not sleep on Atletico Madrid. They're not a bad side. They can... Not Atletico Madrid. Real Sociedad, which sounds nothing like it. I wouldn't go to sleep on Real Sociedad. They're not a bad side, and I think they will go quite strong. I'll read their team out in a minute. Bruno should be playing. He's suspended for Chelsea. No, he's not. Sam Allen, and I wish Ahmed was starting. Love the channel, Mark. Gets me through the day. Sam, Bruno is not... I tell you what, Sam, just watch the United Stand every day, and then you will get the correct information. Bruno is not suspended. Hi Mark, how are you? I hope you're well. Ahmed for Bruno and we can play 4-4-2. Road to 1 million, says Thomas. Yes, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get to 993 tonight. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner on that road to 1 million. We're on that road to 1 million. Hello Mark, keep up the good job, says Amin. And hi Mark, congratulations. The United Stand is about to get to 1 million. The rate of growth of United Stand is so fast that it will get you past AFTV subscribers in 6 months. Love the content. Don't leave the United Stand, says Sir Ash. We're not in a competition with an Arsenal fan channel, are we? Although it will be nice when we go past them, I suppose. But, you know, as long as we're above them in the league, I don't care if they've got more subscribers. It's pronounced C, says Darren Gee. And 40 million Diallo can't get in the team, says Marco. 5 yellows ended before Bruno got his 5th, says Paul. And where's Mata playing at camp? So Juan Mata is not part of this team. This was the rumour before kickoff. To be fair, there was also a rumour that Greenwood was not going to be part of the team as well. This is the confirmed lineup now. Yes, this is the confirmed lineup. And thank you for the sticker there from Zigzag. So we should get some quotes from Ole Gunnar Solskjær pre-match coming up in a moment as well. And somebody who was expecting Mark Maguire to start and he's not. They're not very happy. Hi Mark, we've done that one. Why is Mata not in the squad? I don't know. I do not know. I think he's injured, but I don't know. But there was a rumour this afternoon that he wasn't going to be part of the squad, so it's not a huge surprise to me. Why are they playing some of the first team, says Denzel? Because Ollie, look, I back Ollie, as everyone knows. Some people don't agree with me for doing that. That's absolutely fine. But I do back Ollie. But I don't think he's flawless. And I predicted he would start Bruno today. He shouldn't have started Bruno today. I think it's a huge risk and he shouldn't be starting. And also, it's about fitness. So Bruno could have had a night off tonight. He's going to play against Chelsea on Sunday. Then he'll play against Palace on Wednesday. Then he'll play against Man City on the following Sunday. Then he'll be playing Thursday again in the Europa League. Then he'll be playing Sunday again. It's relentless. It's almost like, you know what it's like? It's like being on a frozen lake and just jumping up and down on there for ages, waiting for it to break. It will break at some point. And welcome to Members Club, G Maximus. And so Ahmad will get 5 minutes then, says Killian. Well, look, yeah, let's have a little bit of a game in the live comments. I'm going to write down when I think Ahmed will come on. And I'm going to say, it just came straight into my head. I'll write it down now, 72 minutes, which is way too late. 18 minutes, it's not long enough. But I think 72 minutes he'll come on. I wanted him to get 45 minutes. I said it today. I said, you know what? All I want to do tonight is watch Amad Diallo play for at least 45 minutes and watch him play and make up my own mind about how far I think he is away, what his potential is. I'm not one of those fans, and I'm sure many of you are not like this as well. I don't expect Amad Diallo to come on and play like Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. No, I'm not expecting that at all. You know, I'm really not. What I want to do is see this lad that we've spent a lot of money on, that a lot of people talk about. I want to see him playing in our team. And the sooner that starts, the sooner the development can start. And tonight is a massive opportunity for that. I wanted him to start, but he can still get 45 minutes. But I think it's look, as I said before, we are apparently still after Jadon Sancho in the summer. If I was Ed Woodward, I would be saying to Ollie, and he won't do it because he doesn't know anything about football, but I would be saying, can't you get Ahmed a bit of game time then? Because if we have a look at him between now and the summer, we might not need to buy Sancho, and then we've got money to buy other players. So, 4-0 up, home tie, 4 away goals is, it's not like we're playing the away tie. We've played the away tie. We've got 4 goals. Is tonight not the night to start him? And as I've said many times about Ahmed, he is not a youth player. He's not the same as Goldbridge. He is not the same as Shoretiri. He is a player that has played Champions League football for Atalanta and Serie A football for Atalanta. So he's not a youth player. He should be getting a bit of game time based off what we bought him for. So look, I don't think he'll get on until 72 minutes, which for me is too late, but we'll see. Bruno probably said he wanted to play like he captains his rig. Of course, oh yeah, 100%. Of course Bruno wants to play, but that's management. I want players to want to play, but you don't pick them. Tan Unknown, welcome to the Members Club. Is Hannibal not available? Think he could have done a job at Cam instead of Bruno in this lineup. He's injured for a month, Joshua Bowerwater. Hannibal, unfortunately, got called up to the youth to the first team to train, but he's out for a month. Does really Solskjær know Diallo signed from Atalanta? I don't get it. He just can't trust in some players. If we lose Bruno, we're done, says Paulo Ramirez. Well, Ollie is a lucky manager, isn't he? So hopefully he'll get away with that. But I've got to just bring in somebody else as well, and it might not be as popular an opinion I'm about to talk about, but Tuanzebe, I'm going to say it right here, right now. What WTF is going on with Axel Tuanzebe? We used him in a very important Champions League group game in Paris against Neymar and Tuanzebe, and he was arguably man of the match. That was last October. He can't start in a game at Old Trafford against Real Sociedad when we're 4-0 up. What's gone wrong? What's going on with Axel Tuanzebe? There's just something about that lad that is mysterious. And I'm not saying it's him, but when he was out injured for a year, we never really got any updates on it. And a year's a long time to be out. He comes back, he looks really good, and since then, he's had 5 minutes here and there, and he never starts games of football. There's just something, I'm not into conspiracies, but it feels like there's something not right with what Tuanzebe and Manchester United are doing. I don't understand why you wouldn't start him tonight. Why Lindelof? Why is Lindelof starting? Lindelof's got a bad back. My grand's got a worse back than Lindelof. Rest in peace. And we're starting him tonight to play. And he's surely going to pick Lindelof against Chelsea. I mean, hopefully it's a sign that he's not. But if Lindelof is starting against Chelsea, why is he playing tonight? That's 2.5 days rest for somebody that we know's got a back problem. So I don't know why Tuanzebe couldn't have started tonight. I really don't know. It's what does WTF stand for? What the fuck? So what the fuck's going on with Axel Tuanzebe? There you go. I don't really understand what is going on there, if I'm honest with you. And I know it won't be as fashionable as saying why is Diallo not starting, or I would have liked to have seen one of the young players starting. But to me, Axel Tuanzebe should have started this game, even at right back. That's a good point. Wan-Bissaka's another player. I mean, Oyarzabal is a good player for Real Sociedad, I must admit. And maybe Ollie just wants to shut that down. But again, if I'm Tuanzebe, I'm sat there thinking, why am I here? Because Wan-Bissaka should not be starting tonight. He's starting him because he's scared of Oyarzabal. But if I'm Axel Tuanzebe, I'm smiling. But in my head, I'm like, right, I pocketed Neymar, I pocketed Mbappe, and he won't let me try and pocket a Real Sociedad winger when we're 4-0 up. That says everything to me. So Ollie has a lack of faith in his backup players. He will never admit it, but I think the evidence is very, very clear. He's got a lack of faith in those players. What a finish by Aubameyang, that is. Oh no, I think he's offside. It was a good finish, but it stays 1-1. So yeah, he's obviously got a lack of faith in those players. This is why I don't rate Ollie and his coaching staff. What are they doing with the lineup? Why is Bruno starting? Unbelievably must be shattered, says Sean Negative Turner. No Sancho, sad to see, says Reston. And also a couple of super chats. You can do it through the $sign. Thank you very much. Mark, you brighten up my day, says Flizzy. Look forward to your show and just want to say we appreciate your hard work. Hope we see Ahmed tonight. Me too, mates. Me too. And Graylish I want to see Ahmed. I don't brighten up my own day. Grealish wanted. He got Van der Beek. Doesn't get played. Wanted Sancho. Diallo doesn't get played. This manager is running our team to the ground, says HJ. And Tuanzebe should start at right back. He played well in one of our best performances this season in the 2-0 win against Everton, says Wally. When is the match starting, please, says Rico. It starts at 8 o'clock. Please like the video and subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get up to 993 tonight on that road to 1 million. Thank you for the super chat from Omar. These comments, clueless fans, says Cole T. Maybe expand on that, Cole, and give us your side of the story instead of, I don't think abuse or it's a bit like picking on the way somebody looks. It's just the lowest common denominator. You might disagree with things, but we expect a little bit more from our live chat. If you disagree with people, that's fine. But give us something that you disagree about instead of just calling people like that. What's the score, please, says Ezra. It's 0-0. It's 1-1 in the Arsenal-Benfica game, which means 2-2. So they're dead heat here at the moment. If Benfica score again, Arsenal are in the shit. I mean, Arsenal have got to win, haven't they? Let's be honest. Mark, I'm Darren G, not Gee. Okay. Team is too strong, FFS, says Jazino. Opinion on Dan James starting, says Daniel Felton. And Salah Ahmed, hi Salah, he says, are you questioning Ollie's authority in terms of his decision to start Bruno? Why is he starting when you have other players who can come and play well? I am questioning it, Salah. I am questioning it. I'm not questioning it to the extent of, I would say, sack Ollie. I'm not doing that. No way. But what I am saying is that there is a lack of faith in the wider squad. And if I was director of football, and we haven't got one, I would be asking Ollie why he's not using Tuanzebe, why he's not using Brandon Williams, why he's not starting Amad Diallo. They're the three for me. I'd be like, why are you not picking these players? Like, one of them costs 35 million and 19's not that young and he's played in the Champions League. So why are you not starting him? Why are you not starting Brandon Williams? He was a first teamer last season and you've hardly used him. And why are you not starting Tuanzebe, who everyone thinks has got great potential and this is the perfect game to play with him? So I would be asking those questions. Ed Woodward won't. He'll be like, we're second in the league. I know Jose was a prat for us, but there's a certain sophistication about a manager who's certain of his own ability. He will throw in a few youth players in a meaningless game or even a big one, says Nick P. Pep would not pick a team like this. Klopp would not pick a team like this. Ollie probably needs a captain on the field with Maguire not playing, says Macaulay Davies. I mean, look, the Bruno position, I must admit, I don't want Bruno to play, and it's a big, big risk. But who would you play instead of Bruno? It's a bit difficult with Mata not being fit, and I think Mata might not have started anyway. Diallo will be Van der Beek, great talent, but won't play because of favouritism. You have to wonder why would the board buy players when Ollie doesn't use what he's given, says Noah. And I don't think the lineup is that bad. Martial needs the minutes, and I think Bailly and Lindelof is better than Bailly and Maguire, says Anything with Tom. I actually am excited to see Bailly and Lindelof, I've got to say. But I'm a little bit concerned as to why Lindelof is even starting, considering we're playing Chelsea on Sunday. Unless Ollie's got a plan to not play Lindelof against Chelsea. Maybe that's what he's looking to do. Keane says, I hate Dan James. You know what? This is the perfect game for Dan James. I'm really glad Dan James is starting, because if he hadn't started and if he rested, that means he's starting against Chelsea. So I want Dan James to play, and I want him to play well. And if he doesn't play well, then maybe that's a wake-up call for Ollie that he can't trust him. So it's a big game for him. Really am hoping he does well. But my score prediction based on that team, I think I said 2-2. I think that team is strong enough. But get your score predictions in as well. But he can't get a kick, can he, Tuanzebe? Surely this must affect the squad players. 4-0 up and fringe players still don't get minutes. It's a squad game, Ollie. Come on, says Sean Negative Turner. But, you know, to defend Ollie there, Sean, what did we expect? What did we expect? You know, I did the preview and I said what I would do, and I'm sure many of you have got a very different team. But if I'd said to you, there's £100, what team do you think he's going to pick? You would have all probably put Rashford in there as well. You would have definitely put Bruno in there, Maguire in there, Wan-Bissaka in there. It's only what we expect from this manager. And look, we're second in the league. What a performance it was last week. And he is a lucky manager. He takes risks, and they do work. But yeah, I think there should have been a few more changes. I think it is a little bit risk averse, and I think it comes down to what we've said many times. Look, we've won. I remember Wolves. I remember beating Wolves with that Rashford goal right in the last minute. And for the last 25 minutes, he didn't make any subs. And everyone was like, you've got to make subs. And this has happened a few times this season. Yeah, we've won some of the games, but he doesn't want to make subs, and he doesn't really want to make changes. And, you know, last season as well, when we came back from lockdown, he stuck with the same team until he burnt it out, didn't he? So he's got a history of not wanting to make change, which is the most ironic thing in the world when you think that Ole Gunnar Solskjær should be the chairman of the substitute club, because he was a super sub and he was an impact sub, and he could analyse a game from the bench and make a big massive difference. So it's so funny that Ole Gunnar Solskjær is one of the best substitutes the Premier League's ever had, and yet is not a very good manager at using his substitutes. But, you know, that's the way it is. Look, I'm excited about watching this game. I hope that Ahmed's going to get on. You've still got Dan James, Greenwood, Martial. I think they've all got points to prove. Bruno's always an exciting player, and he's the captain of the team, of course. And I think that Bailly and Lindelof will be quite interested, and hopefully Tellez will have another good game. But I do think that Tuanzebe should have started. I would like to have seen Brandon Williams start, and I think that Diallo should have started. And those three changes for me would have been Dan James on the bench and Diallo in. Would have been Wan-Bissaka on the bench and Brandon Williams in, and Tuanzebe in and Lindelof out. And that wouldn't have changed the fact that Bruno would have still started. It wouldn't have stopped Martial starting. It wouldn't stop Greenwood starting. I think, and I don't know what you think, but I think that those three changes would have given people that need game time. Diallo off the wing instead of James, Brandon Williams instead of Wan-Bissaka, and Tuanzebe instead of Lindelof. And Lindelof, Dan James and Wan-Bissaka get a rest, and those three players get valuable game time from the start of the game. Because I'll tell you now, coming on as a sub for half an hour is not the same workout as starting a game. You know, when a game starts, it's a different game to what it's like in the half an hour in relation to tactics and how it is. Okay. Would you not think that putting too many changes against a team who could be upper mid-table in the Premier League be too risky, even at 4-0? Remember Liverpool 7-2 thought, says Aditya. But no, Aditya, the problem is that I do agree with you on that. But what I said before the team news even came out is, if you started with the team that I would have had, which is Diallo in for James, Williams in for Wan-Bissaka, and Tuanzebe in for Lindelof, that's still a strong team. You know, it's still got Bruno, Fred, Matic, Martial, Tellez. You know, it's still got Britt Bailly in it. It's still got Greenwood in it. It's still a strong team. If you're 2-0 down at half-time with that team, you can bring Maguire on if you want. You can bring Rashford on. So, you know, everyone's got an opinion, haven't they? Of course they have. I accept that. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw in this. And I just really, really, really hope that Diallo, he's not going to get 45 minutes, is he? I really wanted him to get 45 minutes. That's why I wanted him to start. I hope he gets half an hour. I think he'll get less than 20 minutes, to be honest with you. Does this mean Ahmed's starting against Chelsea? I've got more chance of starting against Chelsea than he has. And Mark, you said last week Bailly makes Maguire look good, and in the same breath you said he will make Lindelof look good as well. Yeah, I'm very excited to see that, Joanne, and I think a lot of people have said that. It's not just me. A lot of people do like Lindelof, and what they've said is that Lindelof gets a lot of stick because he always plays with Maguire. When he played with Tuanzebe against PSG, he played quite well, and that's the only one that really springs to mind. So tonight, you know, it's happened. We may as well go with it. Lindelof playing with Bailly. And look, they have got a good striker in Isaac. Lindelof playing with Bailly. Really, let's see if we see a better Lindelof. Because if we see a better Lindelof, that puts pressure on... Well, hopefully it's an eye-opener to Ollie that the problem is the partnership. Because we all know the partnership is the problem. And imagine Lindelof has a really good game tonight. So let's give you the team news for Real Sociedad. They Yazabel starts, Janusaj starts, Isaac starts, Marino number 8's a good player, Yazabel number 10. No David Silva, he didn't travel for some reason, but yeah, they've put their strong team out. They've not given up. They're going to have a go. They are going to have a go, and I think Ollie's a bit scared of them having a go, so he's put out the team. So that he thinks. But, as I said, the Bruno one is a pain in the arse, but realistically, no matter. Hi, Mark. Can you give my girlfriend a shout-out? Lisbeth, I'm blessed because she's super sexy. Thanks and cheers from LA, says Chef Scuzz. There you go, Lisbeth. And Ollie wants to start from the back. Maybe he sees in training that Tuanzebe and Bailly are not good enough for that. Hence, he doesn't play them often, says Shantanu. Yeah, but Shantanu, why is Tuanzebe at the club then? You know, if you're never going to use these players, why are they at the club? Why do they get spoken about as like being future Man United players then? You know, Brandon Williams the same. Why are they at this football club if they're not going to get opportunities? Solskjær knows our weaknesses and he cannot take a risk, says Dan. And Reagan, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Mark, I really like Ollie, but why would you play Bruno and Wan-Bissaka, put in Williams and give Mata a run? Players like those should be rested for Chelsea, says Andrew O'Brien. Well, the problem with Mata is he's not fit. Ollie picking a team is like watching Groundhog Day, says Keegan. And Lindelof played with Bailly on his first game back from injury and played well and kept a clean sheet, says Yippee. And Benfica have scored! Benfica have scored! And Arsenal, season over. They've got the away goal. Arsenal must score twice in half an hour. Benfica score. It's another defensive error. It's hilarious. I've just got to watch this back. It's a kick out from the goalkeeper. Oh my God. Who does that? Who is that at centre-back for Arsenal? Is it Ceballos? Oh my God. He's about to get AFTV. They're going to kill him. They're going to go absolutely. He's going to get so abused on Twitter. He's on the halfway line and he tries to head it back to the keeper with a backward header. And the Benfica player just runs one through and scores. And Leno's attempt to get the ball, well, he could have handled it. I don't know why he didn't go with his foot. That is just defensive chaos. Defensive chaos. Goalkeeper and Ceballos. Absolute shite. Absolute shite. But yeah, Arsenal need to score 2 goals in the next half an hour. to otherwise they're going out and their season is over. Well, I've got it on the telly, so I'll keep you updated with what's going on in relation to that. Remember as well, when will it... sorry, I've missed that one. Zane, where are you, Zane? Where are you, Zane? Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. How are they losing to Benfica? Benfica are not very good, says Even Scannell. Ceballos has been brought off straight away for Willian, and Thomas Partey's come on as well. If we win a cup competition for Zane to switch clubs, says Johan. And Mark, who is the captain tonight? Bruno. So yeah, look, I think with Bruno, there's a huge risk. And look, we're in a position of strength as fans, because if Bruno gets injured, Ollie will get pelters. But on Bruno, I do sympathise a little bit, because who is he going to play at number 10? There are always options, of course there are, but who is he going to pick at number 10 when there's no Mata, there's no Cam? So it's difficult. It really is to understand. Solskjær on resting players says, especially Marcus and Harry. They've played a lot of football. Telles and Bay, they need games. They'll definitely be needed throughout the season. So Ollie feels that he has rested players, because he says that especially Marcus and Harry, they've played a lot of football. So I don't know what he thinks about Bruno. And Arsenal losing, we can forget it's been raining, says God Henke. And Mark, I don't always agree with your opinions, but the hours and work you put in here has got to be respected and applauded, says Rich William. Thank you very much for that super chat. And Macaulay Johnson, hi Mark, what do you think of Ollie not playing the young lads? I think it's a joke. I wouldn't use the plural. I'd say young lad. And the young lad that should have started for me was Amad Diallo. And I'm very pissed off, because I'm like, when is he going to get game time, really? When is he going to get game time? And it wasn't long ago we were calling Ollie the Tinkerman. Now we complain he doesn't make changes, says Jay. Jay, to be fair, you're not the first person to say that, but I would respond to it in this way, and I would be defensive of the people who are saying he should make changes. This is a Europa League game where we're 4-0 up. This is exactly the sort of game where you don't pick a strong team. So it's nothing to do with being a Tinkerman. A Tinkerman is somebody who changes his team every game. That's a Tinkerman. Changing your team to give players a rest and give people valuable game time when you're 4-0 up is a bit different to that. Does Bruno start showing Ollie isn't top level manager, says just me. And Tuanzebe should have played right back, says Omar. And Greenwood at 10 and Diallo at right wing, says Sabiu. Well, that's what I said when the team news came out. That could have happened yet. And generally like this team for today. Hope to see Diallo and for Bruno to be rested. But to be fair, like you said, we don't have a backup at Cam, so that's understandable. I think the Bruno one is on Ollie, isn't it? There is a way he could have done it, but he chose not to do it, and I can sort of understand it. I'd say it's more lack of confidence in himself to not drop most of his best players in a game like this, more than a lack of faith in his squad, says Jake Welsh. Good interpretation, Jake. The best episodes are those sponsored by Manscaped. I always have a good laugh, as they are precious tools for your family jewels, says Humish. I'm sure we'll be doing more of those in the future. If it gets you excited, Humish, I'm sure we can do it again. Score prediction for me is 2-2. And yeah, that's what we're going for, in my opinion, on that one. And I do think... Look, I must answer that question, by the way. Will we go through? Yes. I think we would have gone through in any circumstances, and I think we will go through tonight. So, yes. Thoughts on Bruno starting, says Philippe. Well, we've spoken about it. It's a risk. But there are injuries, of course. It's time for Martial to step up, stretch those glistening muscles and poke one in, says Greasy. Also, has United ever considered partnering with Love Honey? No. Where are you at, Zane, says Joe Ahmed. We are waiting for you, Zane, wherever you are. I'll give you a little bit of my pyjamas there. Just have a little bit of a pre-match stretch. Still got about half an hour to kick off. Just a bit over half an hour, actually. We'll get Flex on in a minute. Arsenal could still come back into this game, but they need to score 2 goals, which is difficult. They got one back. Kieran Tierney. Good goal. 2-2. I can just imagine Ollie walking in. Bruno, you're resting tonight, son. Bruno, no, I'm not, says Sam Foltz. Of course, I think Arsenal will get through now. They've got quite a quick equaliser. They still need another goal. Otherwise, they're out. But I think they will get through now. It was fun while it lasted. Armando Hermoso, thanks for the super chat. And Mark, Don't you think this is our only chance of winning silverware this season? We have a tough away draw in the FA Cup. A strong squad is justified, says Sahaj. Mate, we're 4-0 up. I don't know what people are talking about. We don't need to win. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Sahaj. This is the biggest chance of us winning as a trophy, so let's pick a strong team. We're 4-0 up. Somebody needs to tell people. We're 4-0 up. We don't need to win. We can lose 3-0 and go out, and we won't lose 3-0. So, yeah, I think that people are justified in saying that. A few more changes would have been would have been nice. If Ahmad won't start now in the round of 32, when will he start? Well, that's a good point from Charlie Newman. Like, when will he start if he's not going to start now? Don't you think? And also, Zane's in the house. Arteta out. This is a joke. Rodgers can't come soon enough. Kroenke out. You're back, Zane. Now you're 2-2 again now, and you've got about 25 minutes to get the winner. Yes, Lindelof not starting against Chelsea, says Super R Gaming. Well, that is an interesting point as well. Do you think that there is a chance that Lindelof won't start now against against Benfica, against Chelsea? Because he's normally not a player that starts 2 games in a row, is he? I quite like this view, so we'll go for this now. Remember, the reason I've done it is for this. Remember, United Stand Picks, link is in the video description. If you've already downloaded it, make sure you play it because it's free. We've got £1,000 cash prize pot again. If you've already downloaded it, play it. Links in the video description. 12 questions, all to do with the match tonight. How many goals Man United will score? Will they score in the first half, second half? Will Bruno get an assist? 12 questions about the game. There's a live leaderboard that you can keep an eye on the app. The people at the top win the cash pot prize, which is £1,000 cash pot prize. Free to play it. Links in the video description. If you haven't downloaded it, you can still got time to get involved as long as you enter before 5 minutes before kickoff. It's free to download. You must be over 18 because there's a cash pot prize to be given away. And terms and conditions are in the video description. But get downloading it. Links in the video description. We've been doing it for the last few games now. And as I said, you can get... you can win from the £1,000 cash prize pot. And if you've already downloaded it, you may as well play it because it is still free. It's free to enter. If Ahmad plays well, Eddie's not going to buy a new right winger, says 73 Valvi. He's got to play first though, hasn't he? That's a problem. If Ollie had the plums, he would play Shoretire at Cam. Big up from the States, says Red Devil 7. Mark, can you use this $5 to start a Manscaped for Zane Fund, says Nelson. And let's hope we get 1 or 2 goals up at half time so Bruno can get a rest. Shola and Ahmed can come in then. Maybe he didn't want to try Mason at Cam in the UEFA Cup, says Angie S. And Mark, honestly, what do you think the score will be today and will Ahmed play, says Football Fan TV. I think Ahmed will play. If you want to get in the live comments and just smash what minute you think he's going to come on at, my prediction is 72 minutes, which is too late. I want him to play 90 minutes, to be honest. He's not going to play 45 now, is he? Because he's not going to come on at half time anyway. So I think the best he can hope for is about 25 minutes. But I think he'll end up with less than 20. So we'll see. A lot of people saying 78, 65, 89. Hut says 45. Angie S says half time. 89 minutes says Aiden. 83 minutes says Tayab. 55 says Shazan. I'd love to see anything over half an hour. I'd be happy with because I don't think he's going to get that. And it's a Europa game, not a Europa FA Cup game to play. So many newbies. RS are not Tranmere. Kids may also lose confidence if they score early goals, says Surab. But we're not really talking about kids, Sarab. This is what I mean. I don't know what people talk. I don't know what people are talking about in relation to. They think we're going to play a load of 17-year-olds. Amad Diallo should be playing instead of Dan James. And Amad Diallo has arguably got more experience than Dan James in Europe because he's played in the Champions League. Brandon Williams was playing as a first teamer against Man City last season. So why can't he play at right back tonight? And Axel Tuanzebe played against Neymar and Mbappe 3 months ago. So why can't he play? I'm not saying pick Galbraith. I'm saying pick Diallo instead of James, Williams instead of Wan-Bissaka, and Tuanzebe instead of Lindelof because these players need game time. So yeah, I don't know. The kids thing's not really relevant, is it? Macaulay Johnson, thanks for the super chat. And also, Mark, would you consider after COVID is over playing fans football teams? Would love you to come to Weston-super-Mare and play my team, says Dave Richards. I would, Dave, but I haven't got a bloody team anymore. I gave it up. I got fed up of all the travelling, so I haven't got a United stand team anymore. I agree, but maybe it's all about the momentum for Ollie. He doesn't want to lose it before the Chelsea game. He needs to be more brave, says Sahaj. Thank you very much, mate. And at least we are complaining about rotation and not poor performance. Creating new problems equals improvements, says Trading with Kieran. Trading with Kieran, you are jinxing it there. It's not that often. It's not a foreign thing for us to be moaning about the way we're playing. But to be fair, I don't think we played very well against Newcastle, did we? But we got a very good result. Poor Axel Tuanzebe. Mark, I cannot wait to see you in the Hairy Lemon when this is all over, says Ryan Banks. Yep. God knows what people think the Hairy Lemon is, but it's a pub. And Tuanzebe pockets Mbappe and doesn't get a chance after that, says Zero Blade 57. Well, he did get a chance after that. I'm not going to be totally naive to the fact that he did get a chance after that. He actually played against Istanbul away and sort of was at fault for one of the goals. He got a bit bullied by Demba Ba, didn't he? And he's also made mistakes in the last few minutes against... good shot from Benfica there. And goals for a goal kick. But yeah, I think Tuanzebe does need more game time. Good time there. More game time. Yeah, definitely. Bring on Mata. Mata is injured. I can't believe... Maybe I'm being trolled there a little bit, but I think some people don't realise that Juan Mata isn't on the bench. The only attacking options Manchester United have got on the bench tonight are Rashford, Sholatire and Amad Diallo. We do not have a 10. We do not have a cam. We've just got Sholatire, Rashford and Diallo. Lots of defenders. We've got Tuanzebe, Williams... But we do not have anybody else other than that. So we can't bring Mata on, I'm afraid. A few quotes from Solskjær here just to read you as well. He said about Bruno Fernandes. He's Bruno, done it before, captain. He's one of the vocal ones. I know it's going in 4-0 up. Sometimes it's going to challenge your mentality because you might think we can step it down a peg or two. Bruno won't allow that. And he also said it's a hope that you can give them youngsters time when it's enjoyable, but they might be needed. You might need a bright spark out there so the young lads know we're not going just giving them minutes for charity. Well, it's nice of Ollie to say that, but Diallo's not a youngster. I think Diallo is being thrown in too often in the conversation that he's on the level of Sholatire, and he's not. And look, Shola's a good play, but Sholatire, not Shola. It's Shola Sholatire. So yeah, he's being thrown in with Shola a lot, but Shola's come through from the under-18s and the under-23s. Amad Diallo's come from Atalanta for 35 million quid and played in the Champions League and Serie A. Ollie's treating them the same, and this is weird to me. I know Jose was a prat for us, but there's a certain sophistication about a manager who's so certain of his own ability he will throw it. I've read that one from Nick P. I don't know why that's been repeated. And as long as Bruno is off by half time, I'm happy, but we all know that's unlikely. Hopefully this means no Dan James versus Chelsea and he chooses Greenwood. Yeah, but Greenwood's starting as well, Nick, so it doesn't mean that, does it, really? It doesn't. Honest opinions on Mason Mount. Well, he's not a Man United player, but I like him this season. I think he's done well. Thanks for the super chat, Armando. Appreciate that. And what if Ollie puts this game to bed by half time and brings on Diallo, says Fawaz. I hope that does happen. But I'll be honest, I still think he should have started him from the start. That can't change now. There we go. Pens written all over this game. Diallo on the 118th minute for the penalty shootout. I'll tell you what, if this game goes to penalties, I'll be stunned. Aubameyang for sale. Not on his wages. No one's going to buy him, I'm afraid. Diallo is the same age or 1 year younger than James, his toxic hater. He's not. Diallo's 23. Dan James is 23, I think, and he's 24 in December, and Diallo is 19. And in fact, Diallo might be 18. I always think Amad Diallo's 19, and I think he's actually 18. Let me just double check. Yeah, he's 18. He's not 19 until July, so. Deitch said that he has that voice because he smokes exhaust pipes and eats gravel for breakfast, says Leo Swinton. I thought you were actually going to tell us something then. Bruno is captain according to the app, says Pierre Wolverine. Well, I can tell you Bruno is the captain according to reality. We know that. Score predictions, says Zach Fellows, 2-2. AD is apparently a beast in training, but no starts, says Tabres. Yeah, we've been talking about that for a very long time. Very, very long time. It's not short tire. That's what everyone thinks. We're 200 subscribers away from 993,000. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we can get to 993 tonight on that road to 1 million. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Do you think Tuanzebe will play against Chelsea, says Omar? No, absolutely not. Why would you think that? Why would you think that? Like, he doesn't start. He doesn't start. So, there. Zane says something about Manscaped. I don't get it. And Mark, I know I saw that one. Is Rashford on the bench? Yes, he is. And why are we playing Bruno, says James. If Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets a yellow, then he can be out for the next game, says United Comps. Yeah, I mean, look. The draw. When is the draw for the Europa League, actually? When is the draw for the Europa League? Let's have a look. That is a really good question. Is it tomorrow? Let's have a quick look. Midday tomorrow. We'll be live for that then. Friday at 12 o'clock. It's thick and fast, isn't it? So we will be live for that one tomorrow. Okay. Let's see if we can get Flex on the phone on the here. No, it's not tonight. It's tomorrow. It just dawned on me that it would probably be tomorrow. Actually, let's go. Yeah, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We want to get to 993 tonight, and we're 200 away. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with the channel. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. Every morning at 10 a.m. We'll have the draw live tomorrow lunchtime. We're live all the way through till full time. Match reaction with player ratings. Fan forum with Flex KG and the boys. Lots to get involved with. Subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Flex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Good. What's your thoughts on the team then? Thank you very much, Andreas Hansen, for the super chat there as well. What's your thoughts on the team that Ollie has put out? No Rashford and Maguire, but Bruno starts. No Diallo, no Tuanzebe. Do you think he's got the right mix? Would you like to see more changes?
Got to see more changes, man. It was quite interesting speaking to people on the United Stand Instagram page. I was speaking to a couple of people saying, it'll be typical United to get too carried away and it could be a boring crap game by making too many changes. And the guy kind of made me think, and I thought, you never know with us. But we're 4. Then I kind of hit myself in the face and was like, we're 4-0 up, like 4-0 up.
All away goals as well.
On away goals. So then I was like, nah, I'm not having this. I know you can't get too carried away, but Ahmad, I said it from the best part of a week ago. More thinking it's a definite shoe-in. He has got to start. How can he not start when we're 4-0 up? I don't understand. And is Matter injured or just not selected?
He's got to be injured because
he's got to be injured.
We've got no options on the bench. Bruno should not be starting really, but you can sort of see why he is because
Because at first I was like, why the hell is Bruno starting? Apart from him being captain and Maguire being dropped, which sometimes in the fan base that could be like, he should be our proper captain anyway. But in terms of the game, then I saw Mata wasn't there, so I thought, all right, cool. Tuanzebe as well, yeah. I said 100%. I don't care. Even play Williams right back. Just don't play Wan-Bissaka. Surely, you look at what Tuanzebe's been doing when he has come in. I know he's been up and down, but he should be coming in to this game. He should be. And I said, if you're not going to play Lindelof if he wasn't going to play Bailly next to Maguire, because I thought Maguire would start, then I'm saying play Axel at centre-half next to him. If you don't play him at centre-half, play him at right-back. Give Wan-Bissaka a rest. And I don't understand why Wan-Bissaka has to play again. I don't get it. Rashford, 100% should be resting. Shaw should be resting. And I think Ahmad should be starting. And obviously the rest of the players we know that are injured. So I don't get it. And we know where Cavani is. But for me, you've got to see more changes than that for me.
Well, yeah, with Wan-Bissaka as well, he's had a bit of an up and down season, and Chelsea will be a difficult game. And he's definitely going to be playing in 2.5 days. And tonight you're putting him up against the Azabel. But I just think it shows a lack of confidence or trust in Tuanzebe and Brandon Williams, who
It does.
You know, 3 months ago, Tuanzebe was starting against Neymar and Mbappe, and this time last year was when Williams broke on the scene for 5 months and was playing a Europa League semi-final.
Exactly,
so,
and he was playing in all the big games like against City and Chelsea. I said it last year, and I know kind of Brandon went off the boiler a little bit, and this season clearly hasn't been the one for him, and he probably didn't get the loan that they were looking for, etc., etc. But he still proved he can play at a certain level, and it's not like 4-0 up, like. I don't know, man. Half of me's thinking, are we going a little bit too overboard here and just safety first? But I don't think we are. I don't think it's an unreasonable request to say Axel Tuanzebe has proved he can play at a really good level. So why is he not starting?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's not starting this game. I really don't. Because like you said, what's he sitting there thinking? He must be thinking, like you said there, well, when I have been called upon, I've played against the best and done really well. Failing that, I've had a couple topsy-turvy moments. I know against the Turkish side we played, he was at fault, and then he came off at half-time, did he? I can't forget. You know, come on and give away a free kick against Everton or whatever. But come on, man, 4-0 up at home. Nah, you've got to play. Especially when Wan-Bissaka's got to play in 2.5 days.
Yeah, Jack Link says, I think Bruno should only play 45 minutes and then Ahmad 45 minutes in the second half just to give more experience. Like that. But I when do you... I'll ask you the question because we've been playing this anyway. When do you think Diallo comes on? Because I don't think he comes on before... I've said 72 minutes. I think he'll get a cameo of 15 minutes if he's lucky.
See, that's bad. And I think that's bad because let's put ourselves in a situation of... It's different to the first game. You know, at half-time we were saying it was 1-0, I think. And then I was saying, go and kill the game. We can get 3 goals here. We can get 3 goals on the night. But we ended up obviously getting the 4. You're thinking, kill the game. This time, if we score really early and it's 5-0 on aggregate, like, I know you don't want to just make changes for the sake of making changes, but at halftime you do that. You get players who are definitely... You bring on Brandon Williams to Wan-Bissaka straight away if you're 5-0 up at halftime. You get Bruno off straight away and you bring on Ahmad.
Yeah.
Or you just, I don't know, maybe that's not his natural position in the 10, but we're 5-0 up. Put Greenwood in the 10 then, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Put Tuanzebe up front if you want. You're 5-0 up at home. Like, this is my point. Like, especially with the first team players who we know are going to be starting, Wan-Bissaka and Bruno Fernandes need to be wrapped in cotton wool. And you say Rashford, you're not even coming off the bench today. If Rashford comes off the bench today, that will make me mad as well. I don't care if it's 4, 5, 6-0. I don't care. He doesn't need to play.
Do you think there is an issue with Ole Gunnar Solskjær in relation to how he utilises his squad?
You'd have to say yeah. You'd have to say yeah, because it shows that he doesn't fully trust it yet. That's what it shows. Because if he did, you know what it is? What you want the squad depth for is for nights like this. Yeah. And I know we've got injuries. You know, Cavani, Pogba, and Van der Beek and McTominay are injured. So that's fine. So you got to kind of... And Mata. You got to work around that. I understand that. But with what you've got there's no reason why Tuanzebe can't start, and there's no reason why Ahmad can't start. I don't see it. So
I think those are the two for me. I would agree. I've said that. I don't understand those. Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Shoretiri?
I think it's Shoretiri.
Shoretiri. That's the one. Shoretiri. I was going to call him Shola. Big up Shola. Yeah. With him, I'm in that camp of look, just because he kind of got his debut the other day, look to bring him on for 15 minutes, 20 minutes near the end.
Yeah, but it just annoys me that Diallo seems to be getting thrown into that camp of being a youth player, and he's not. I know he's 18, but his background's very different.
And this even, like the whole, we want to be careful with the players and don't put too much pressure on them. Hello, this is the perfect time. Go here, mate. There's no fans. I know that. You don't have like all the passionate Reds. You don't have us behind you kind of, in the stadium to give you that experience. But you're at home against a team 4-0 up. We believe in you, bro. Go and enjoy yourself. Yeah, if it goes to absolute shit and he can't make a 5-yard pass to a red shirt, half time, all right, cool. You might have to
got 5 subs, haven't you?
Exactly. Is that going to happen, really? Like, to the point where, even if he has a bad game, Mark, like, he can play 90 minutes and have a bad game, as long as it don't affect our, the result. Like, if he's just having a bad game, but we're still winning 4-0 and it's the 75th minute, it doesn't matter. Let him play through it. I don't get it. Don't get it at all.
No, and
it's annoyed me more than I thought it would, actually.
Yeah, There are positives. And I do agree. It did bother me because it's the one I wanted to see playing. And I did. I said it's not as popular, but actually, I do feel the same way about Tuanzebe. I wanted to see him play. He's a player for the future. Arsenal have scored with 5 minutes to go, by the way. So that
they did. I'm looking.
Hi, Mark. Question from Mackie Induct. Being realistic, when do you think we can win the league and be a dominating force again? Says Macaulay Johnson. A long way off at the moment, I think. And how well do you think our first leg performance would have sized up against current Barcelona side? Says Sam May. And Mark, we've done that one as well. It's bad defending by Benfica, that is, to let that in.
Yeah, rubbish. That shouldn't even be.
How's he allowed that to happen? It's a lovely cross by Saka, to be fair. But it's dodgy. But I'd laugh if it was offside, but I don't think it is. But yeah, I mean, I think that... I don't know what we were just talking about there, actually.
Neither do I. I was looking at the Arsenal game, thinking they're so jammy. Basically, with Ollie with the squad and not trusting it, and Tuanzebe, you're saying. Yeah,
I think it's not offside. It's a goal for Arsenal, by the way. So they're just about through. I think with the way Solskjær uses his squad, it's interesting. But yeah, I think with the issue is just that the youth players, I haven't got a problem with them not starting, but I think it's all about how he utilises people like Diallo and Tuanzebe. And I've always said I back Ollie till May, but there are things that he needs to improve on, and if he doesn't improve on them, he's always going to frustrate me. And the more you frustrate people, the more frustrating it becomes. And I've got to be honest, over the last 8 weeks, the lack of substitutes, the lateness of substitutes, the inability to rotate the squad, I just wonder, in the case of Tuanzebe, I wonder what he must be being sold. He must be being sold, because when can you give him a game if you can't give him a game tonight? What are you waiting for? Because you can't improve in training.
No,
you've got to.
You need to play.
It's a dress rehearsal training. The actual performance is playing a game, and if you can't play him in the game tonight, I just don't get what it's all about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so. and that is, I keep going back to when they made the decision not to let him stay at Villa that year when they came up last year, and I just keep looking back on it thinking I was surprised, but I liked it because I was like, you know what, this is good, man. This means he's going to get a chance. When Lindelof or Maguire get injured or whatever, or rotation, and that Bailly's probably going to be injured, it means Axel, that's a big statement to send out Chris Smalling and Rojo and say, nah, Axel, you stay. Don't go and get football. I'm going to play you. And it didn't work out that way, did it? And then you see him this season, even less game time, but when he has played, just a mixed bag, but put in some real good performances and a couple of bad ones. And then you're like, what's the future for him? We've said this quite a few times, isn't it? What is the future for Axel? And it doesn't look good, because you can't even start when the team's 4-0 up.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Steve Lebo says, I said yesterday, evidence suggests Ollie does not have the balls to rest, rotate and use the wider bench. He proved me right, unfortunately. Well, look, there are positives. Maguire's not playing and Rashford's not playing. And obviously Luke Shaw was going to get rested and a couple of others. But the Lindelof-Bailly partnership's get very interesting for a couple of reasons. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but a lot of people have always said, well, everyone says Maguire's good when he plays with Bailly, but what about Lindelof? He's shit when he plays with Maguire. Maybe he's good when he plays with Bailly. So we're going to get to see that. I don't know what your thoughts are. And also, does this mean Lindelof's not playing against Chelsea? Because it's only 2.5 days break, and we know that Lindelof has had a back problem.
Yeah,
maybe he's over it.
But then one of them's got to play twice, unless Ollie does an absolute madness and brings in Axel centre half.
Yeah.
With
one of them is going to play. Right. It'll be Lindelof.
Yeah.
It will be Lindelof. Everyone will get excited, and then it will be Lindelof. But yeah, what do you think about that partnership?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, because, like you said, we don't normally get to see it. But I think it's just a makeshift one. The thing is, that I was saying again on the Instafan Live today with some of the United Stand guys on there who come to talk to me, that Lindelof gets the harder ride in terms of, because Maguire's come 80 million, captain, only just come, it's almost like swap Lindelof out to get the best partner for Maguire. And some people think that Maguire just about shades it, because my question has always been, how much better is Harry Maguire than Lindelof? How is it a big gap? Is it a huge gap, or do you just prefer the different attributes that he brings? But I think when you have Bailly next to you with his pace, Lindelof and Maguire will both look better, whichever one plays, 100%. The jury's going to be out, how much they go up by. You know, I think Maguire probably, because he is that slow, he probably would look even better. I think he'll probably just get the shine for me than Lindelof, because Lindelof's not that slow. He's not as slow as Maguire. You know what I mean? Literally, Maguire's turn and pace is really bad. He's just not his game. But because he gives you that bit of aerial presence sometimes, and he's a bit more commanding on the ball when he tries to do it, he has that bit of aura about him that Lindelof doesn't have. So, but they both will benefit from playing next to Bailly. Anyone does.
You can clip this if you want. Just talking about Arsenal. A few people in the live comments saying that Arsenal, Arteta's a better coach than Ole. I don't necessarily agree with that, because we've finished above them last season and we're way above them now, and I think the Premier League is your gauge. However, what I would say is, when we're talking about substitutions and tactical changes in game, I think Arteta is better at that. And Ceballos cost them that second goal. He subbed him instantly. I don't think Ole's the sort of manager that does that. They've just hit the post. Benfica, I think they were offside anyway. It was offside anyway. But yeah, it's I don't think he would have done that, and I think that's the thing that Solskjær needs to do. He needs to get to that ruthless stage, because he doesn't have it. He doesn't. It's
not in his nature.
And I don't know. Do you think he would have done that? Straight mistake. You're
chance.
off.
No chance. No. You only got to look at something like the Fred situation, against PSG, which shows you the lack of ruthlessness in him. He doesn't. I think Ole's. I'm not going to say he's completely soft, because you never know what goes on behind closed doors and in the change rooms, and a lot of reports, equally, if I give consistent energy, have said that he can give out a bit of a hairdryer treatment and go in on players. He just never does it in public. You would never get a hint of it. That's just the way he conducts himself. He doesn't run up and down the touchline, getting in fourth officials' faces, going nuts at decisions. That just isn't in him. But you're right. I think Solskjaer's thing is protect the player first, and I think he would give that player like a Ceballos. If that was Fred, who'd done that, headed it back, and done that straight away, he would allow him to try and play his way back into the game and make the sub in a subtle way. There's no way he would just go, "What the hell have you just done? You've nearly just got us out of the Europa League."
I mean, you're right. I think it's a good point that you make there, because it's not necessarily about being a weak manager. I think Solskjær isn't necessarily. I think he will give a player a bollocking, but it's what sort of manager you want. Now, exactly. Arteta, that goes in 2-1. He thinks, shit, 35 minutes. That's a bad mistake. I need to make changes. He can come off. He's made the mistake. I'm making tactical changes. Tough shit. I agree with you. I don't think Solskjær would do that. I think he's more loyal to his play. I don't know what the word is, but what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. Make your own interpretation out of it, but certainly do not think that he's not a reactive. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not a reactive in-game coach, and I think we've seen that time and time again. Hadi says Ole is looking to win a match with that selection, and we're talking about winning the tie, says Hadi. And also, Shrimvanson says, is it fair enough to say Williams is going to be sold? Can't even start his game. Would have played Diallo over Bruno and Mason as 10, risking injury. I have heard, and look, take it with a pinch of salt, I have heard that Brandon Williams is on his way out. Now, I don't know whether that means it's a loan or it's a sale, but I have heard that he's on his way out. And, that probably isn't rocket science based on tonight, is it? But a good win for Arsenal. I've got to applaud them for coming back. I think Arteta made the changes that he needed to make. And
but you got to question why they're in that situation. They're still shit, but they're building, isn't it?
Well, their season was over if they don't win that as well, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
But they were a little bit lucky. It was it was very close to being offside.
It was tight, yeah.
Very, very close. But look, I expected them to win. At least Robbie and that have had a bit of squeaky bum time. It's always funny to see.
Yeah, exactly. Benfica crap though. 2-0 up like that. They only had to not concede 2 goals.
Well, the draw's at. In fact, you can do the draw on United Stand if you want tomorrow, because it's at midday. So.
Wicked.
Yeah, it's apparently it's at midday tomorrow. Well, we will be in it, I presume. Is there any danger of us not being? I know I get clipped for some mistakes, but I'm pretty confident we'll be in that draw tomorrow. Is there any chance? I mean, they've put a strong team out.
Yeah, especially now he's gone. It's almost like Solskjaer's gone. Just in case.
Yeah.
Let me just shore it up. But what is interesting is, like you said, if we do score early, or it's 1-0 to us at half time, you're 5-0 up, man. Even if it's still 4-0 at half time, yeah, that's like saying you're 4-0 up with 45 minutes to go. Like, just don't concede 5, or don't concede 4. Take the extra time. But do you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, I just want to see Diallo get at least. I want to say at least like 40 minutes, but realistically, like you said, it's probably going to be half an hour, 15, which I don't get, unless we blitz them in the first half and go in 2-0 up.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
Which would be nice.
What I really do want to say is that I hope that they actually give us a game. I was quite disappointed in them last week, because they have got some good players and they were shite. So, Henderson...
They played that badly again?
The whole goalkeeper thing, look, I think Henderson's the one to sell, because I think De Gea is very hard to sell because of how much money he's on. But every time he plays, all I ever hear is, he was very assured. And when the truth is, he's not been tested. He doesn't get tested. He always plays against teams that we tend to do quite well against. So I hope they do give us a bit of a game today, because I'd like to see Bay and Lindelof really tested as a partnership. I'd like to see Telles tested defensively, and I'd like to see Dino tested as well. So I hope they do give us a game. I mean, I think Isaac scored another hat-trick at the weekend. So I think they won 4-0 at the weekend.
Yeah, so there you go. And I think that's what one of the people I was speaking to on Instagram was saying, that he was basically alluding to the fact that 1 week he get too cocky and just like think the game's won, so it'll be a shit performance. And 2, are Sociedad going to play as bad as they did, especially when they know our threats now, and we don't have Rashford running down one side. James is starting, isn't he, actually? So we do have him.
Big game for him,
we've got different threats. Don't get me wrong, we've got different threats. But the question is, mixed in with a couple of changes, complacency, and them not playing as bad again, you might lose 1-0, or it might be a 1-1, or you know what I mean? It might not be the fairy tale of, we should batter these again and keep a clean sheet, 2-0 by half time, get the subs on. Maybe not. So maybe Solskjær is aware of that it could be difficult early on. So he wants to see like Ahmad come on later on, once the game's a bit more managed, once there's no room for any mishaps. Maybe that's the only way I can get my head into Solskjær's thinking.
Mark, I need a yearbook quote for school. Any ideas? I was never any good at that. You, Flex?
Nah. I've still got my yearbook there, actually.
Mulder went through against Hoffenheim. We'll have a look at that in a minute, actually, see who's through already. Man United versus Mulder next round, says Alexander. And show your tweet, Mark. Why do you always take a dig at Ollie? Show your tweet, Mark. Why do you always take a dig at Ollie? Arteta is supposed to be a better manager because he took off Ceballos there 11th, bro. As I say, mate, we've just literally had that conversation. All I did is tweet what I've just actually said, which is I don't think Arteta is a better coach than Ollie, but I guarantee Ollie wouldn't have took Ceballos off straight after that mistake for the goal. And I stand by that. I didn't say I don't. It actually says I don't think Arteta is a better coach than Ollie. So struggling to see your point there. But I'm just going to take a quick toilet break, Flex. But I did have a question I want to ask you, so it'll probably take you a minute or two to reply anyway. Obviously, we've got no Pogba, we've got no McTominay, we've got no Van der Beek, we've got no Cavani, we've got no Mata now. We don't know how. Hopefully, a lot of those players are going to be back soon. I think Pogba's back next week. We should win. We both think we're going to win. That means another 2 Europa League games. We've got Chelsea, Palace, and Man City in a week next week. The games, and then we've got FA Cup coming up. What is what is, if he's not going to use this wider squad, and he clearly isn't? What is your expectations in relation to Manchester United over the next few weeks? Is it possible to win a trophy and get top 4? Do you think it will come back down to top 4? Just give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, I think the Chelsea game coming into it is important because we need to make sure we don't get sucked into a top 4 battle. I think if we beat Chelsea, we go get a 9-point gap on them, and I think the same on Liverpool or whatever it is. So we need to make sure we don't get drawn into a top 4 battle. That's the first thing. And if he keeps using the squad the way he is using the squad, something's got to give, because he's not. We've got injuries, which is fair enough, but even when the injuries weren't there, you can see the reluctance to kind of lean on certain players and the reluctance to rest certain players, almost out of a fear of messing up. So I think something we'll have to give. I think the league is an interesting one because, okay, the league's pretty much gone. And when we play City, I mean, the way they're playing, it's difficult. It's difficult to go and get a result there. Very difficult. But the league's gone. But then if he doesn't balance it right and starts resting players in the league to try and go for one of these trophies, we could get sucked into the top 4 battle. So that's what I think is really important. He's got to get that balance right. But essentially, something will fail because we got Leicester in the FA Cup, which is going to be a tough game. We're going to have another 2 Europa League games, and he won't make changes. So my thing for me is that something will give. One of those trophies will have to go, in my opinion, because I just don't think we'll be able to sustain it. Not with how he's using the squad, unless he starts changing it. Unless he starts moving the squad around, and when we get and we get these players back in time. Because I tell you what, as soon as McTominay was out for the game, last game against Newcastle, I know Matic did have a good game, to be fair, but the combination of him and Fred might not fill you with as much confidence, and I think he showed why he's actually quite important. And Pogba, we need him back as well, especially for that City game. But if that's going to be his first time back, he's probably not going to start. He'll probably go with McTominay if he's back fit for this weekend against Chelsea, and he comes through that, then he'll go with him again. So yeah, and then Palace midweek as well. So yeah, and they're you never know what Palace is going to turn up. So the games are coming thick and fast, but he has to start prioritising at some stage, and unless he's going to loosen up on how he's picking these players and his game management of the players, of when we're in comfortable positions getting players off. Because right now, I just see it as, and kind of rightly so, because he needs to overcome that hurdle, but I see it as Ollie's so kind of scared to not win a trophy this time, and the pressure that will be on him. And I get it, as fans, we want the trophy, so I can see why he's taking it seriously. That he's not making those changes. Like even tonight is a clear indication as to why or how, prioritizing he is of the cup. Because for me, you're 4-0 up at home to Sociedad, 4-0, and you still can't make certain changes. So out of fear of that it could go wrong. So yeah, the best thing that can happen tonight is it'll be interesting to see if he puts on people early if we score. Because if we score early, 5-0, you've got to be all right. Zayn Miasi's in the cut. Says Oba is back. Well, it's about time he showed up and done something, Zayn. So yeah, hopefully we draw Arsenal at some stage in Europa League, knock them out.
I love Arsenal fans, how they just still cling on to relevancy.
Like
Oba's back and it does nothing. Like maybe a year ago I'd have been like, I hope Martial scores. It does nothing. Arsenal with their Oba, it does nothing. I think there almost needs to be a Southampton fan channel that Arsenal fans can argue with, because the levels are mid-table matters, isn't it? It's like, well done. Your season was over for about 10 minutes today. So yeah, but the players are coming out. 3 minutes away from kickoff. So give us a score prediction, Flex, anyway.
Score prediction 3-1
to Man United.
Yeah, to Man United.
All right, okay. I'm going to go 2-2. I think that they were really disappointing last week, Sociedad. But as I said at the weekend, I'm pretty sure, somebody can confirm it in the live comments, I'm pretty sure they did win 4-0 and Isaac got a hat trick. So I think they'll want to come out. They'll want to come out and give a better account of themselves. They were disappointing last week. But that's a big thing. Martial. I mean, I don't know what. Very, very quickly.
I want him to settle down. Just want him to settle down quickly on that. Look, there's been so much talk about Martial, and rightly so. If you're in the spotlight, you're not.
He's just not himself, is he? At the moment,
he's just not himself. I just want him to just settle down and hit the back of the net. He's not playing atrociously. He's not playing as bad as everyone might make out. But he's not doing enough right now. That's for sure. And no better time than now. Pressure's off, 4-0 up. Go and get yourself a couple of goals.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Martial, but I actually can't defend him at the moment. He's playing really, really badly, and my only thing I say is that he's just not Anthony Martial. This is not the Anthony Martial I know, and there's clearly an issue. I don't know what that issue is, but that there clearly is an issue with him, and hopefully he can resolve it. And the only way to do that is similar to what we've been talking about Diallo and Tuanzebe. If they don't get game time, they can't prove themselves.
Exactly. So let's go. Let's see. This is probably the right thing in terms of probably an injury to Cavani's come at a good time for Martial. Not that we want any of our players to be injured, but for him on a personal, he's got a chance there to kind of get some form. You know what I mean? Going into that Chelsea game, because if Cavani's still not ready, Martial has a decent
well,
game.
It's probably
and a good
not. There's probably only one training session before that game, so
exactly
all those players could be out.
Actually, true. Yeah, he's probably not going to play. So yeah, you're right.
Anyway, mate, we'll get you on at half time. Thanks for popping on.
See you then.
I'll speak to you later. Ta-ra.
Nice one.
We'll get Flex back on at half time. So thanks everyone for tuning in. If you haven't played United Stand picks, the link is in the video description. You've literally got about a minute or so to do it. If you've already downloaded the game, you may as well play it. Links in the video description. £1,000 cash prize pot. If you haven't played it before, just give it a download. We're doing it every game anyway. So to get involved with that, you've got to be over 18 because we are giving cash away, but it's free to enter. And the link is in the video description for that. So we are about to kick off here. Let me get the timer ready for you. I'm going to go 2-2. I'm excited. I really do hope that they play well. That they do play well at Real Sociedad, and I hope they give us a game because I think it just makes it more interesting. Not so much of a game that they don't do well, but so much of a game that we get a test. Let's pray that Bruno only plays 50 to 55 minutes, says Graham, and let me just get the timer ready, Graham. Can't afford an injury with City and Chelsea coming up soon, says Graham Glynn. Oh, it would be catastrophic to our season to lose Bruno in any shape or form. What's your opinion on Dan Gallagher joining Atletico Wigan after his finishing his junior cert, says Connor Cox. Got no idea about that, Connor. No idea. Anyway, we're just about to kick off here. I've gone 2-2. Hopefully we're going to see Diallo. I wish we'd seen him starting. We haven't. But hopefully we will see him starting. Players taking the knee. I don't think they took the knee in the other game. I don't know what's the future of this taking the knee thing. It sends out a very, very important message, of course. But I've heard a lot of people who are, very behind that movement saying that it's almost losing its message now because it's just part of the game and people don't think what it's about. But be interesting to see how that goes long term. This would have been a perfect Jesse Lingard game. I don't understand why his replacement doesn't play if he would have. Also, do we sell him now or keep, says Glenn? Well, the game's kicked off, Glenn, so I don't want to get into Jesse Lingard's future. But please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, we're only 100 away from 993,000 on that road to 1 million. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Let's see how this game goes. We aren't, there's a very good super chat that came in before, or maybe it was just a normal chat, that we are not playing Tranmere Rovers. We are not playing a dud side. We are playing a team that is 5th in La Liga, that's got some good players in it, and they could give us a good game tonight. And certainly, I think Matic and Fred, they ain't the best midfield two in the world in relation to getting control of a game. So it'd be interesting to see, possession-wise, if we can get control of the ball, then I think that's going to be very interesting. Thank you very much for the super chat there from Football Weekly. Apologies about the timer. It has started. I just haven't clicked it. There you go. People going mad about the timer. Remember the timer didn't work. Is Dan James on the left? He tried to cut it back. Didn't work, but he's retained the ball with Bruno. Nice ball out to Wan-Bissaka. Fred will go backwards, as always, all the way back to the halfway line when we were up on the left-hand side of the box a few seconds ago. Bruno coming very deep in this game. Nice ball into Tony. Direct.com. Better by Tony there. I'd love that to gone in. Gets blocked, but he got it on the edge of the box. He turned his man. He ran at another man, and he hit the shot at him. Matic with the ball wide to Dan James. Quite good start here from United. Here is Dan James. Well, I don't know what that was, but it goes to the keeper. Finally, a chance to see Lindelof and Bailly together. Now we will see if Lindelof or just a fast centre-back, says Franco. And, interestingly as well with Dan James, we've got Dan James playing off the left-hand side, haven't we? Been playing off the right-hand side a lot, but a lot of people feel that his best position is off the left. Obviously, a bit like Rashford, a right-footed left winger, inverted, as many people feel that is his possession. You lot have a nice relaxing game to watch. We just suffered a near heart attack against Benfica. At least now there's a chance we can play United, says Alexander B. Yeah, draw tomorrow lunchtime. We'll have it live for you. We will be in it, and of course Arsenal will be in it now. That's a very good point actually, because we are halfway through the Europa League is becoming an interesting thing for Manchester United fans now, isn't it? And we will be in it. And interestingly, I can confirm that Ajax have gone through. They beat Lille 4-2 on aggregate. Arsenal obviously went through. Napoli have gone through. They beat Granada 2-1. Rangers are through. Shakhtar Donetsk are through. Molde beat Hoffenheim. And Villarreal beat Salzburg. So there are some good teams to get in the next round. Could get Rangers. Could get Arsenal. Bayer Leverkusen against Young Boys. That is being played now. Bruges against Kiev. Zagreb against Krasnodar. Leicester Slavia Prague 0-0. Milan and Red Star. PSV Olympiacos and Roma Sporting Braga. And Spurs, of course, went through last night. So be an interesting draw tomorrow. Will be an interesting draw. But anyway, back to this game, and here is Yazabel on the left-hand side. Quick first ball there, and he wins himself a corner. Keep an eye on that Yazabel. I thought he was invisible. He was the invisible man last week. Wan-Bissaka, I wouldn't even say Wan-Bissaka pocketed him. They just didn't get him on the ball, did they? But he is playing tonight, of course, and he is the captain of Real Sociedad, who have an early corner here. Early corner for them. And we'll just keep an eye on him, number 10. I know we battered them last week, but I did quite like Marino as well, the number 8. But corner here for Real Sociedad. In it comes. Headed away. Edge of the box. And they go back to the halfway line. Napoli are out. Sorry, I thought they'd won 2-1, but I think they've gone out on goal difference. George, you can piss off our live chat. You knobhead. But it's only what he just called me, so, I don't know why people get so offensive when I call people out with a bit of abuse, because it's only what he just said about me, so he can do one. Napoli are out. Sorry for not keeping an eye on Napoli and saying that they went through. God, it's almost like I'm not a robot. Scooby-Doo, says Pat Maburn. And another track back here. I mean, look, interesting start to this game. 5 minutes gone. United having to put the work in. Maybe Ollie predicted that would happen and didn't want to chuck young players into a team. I mean, look, actually, there's a very good point to be made here. I wanted Diallo to play off the left. I wanted Brandon Williams to play at right back. And I wanted Tuanzebe to play at centre back. I did. But are we not running away with ourselves here? Like, what's happened in this first 5 minutes, even with good players playing? They've dominated the ball. And at the end of the day, Fred and Matic, did they not play against Newcastle? I think they did. Did Newcastle not dominate the first half for an hour with a high press? So it's all right saying, yeah, let's play a few other players. But the point I raise is that this United side might play like it did against Newcastle, even with the stronger players in it. Can we call me weird, but I officially fancy Aubameyang, says Tom McDermott. But look, I think that is a really important point to make. That, well, kept in by Isaac there. An important point to make is that we didn't actually play well against Newcastle. We all were very happy with the 3 points because we needed it, but we didn't play well against Newcastle, especially for the first half an hour. And I actually think that, Steve Bruce, lovely, look at that from Mason Greenwood, but then he gets fouled. Can you do Dan James, the blinding lights? Good luck, says Jack. Well, I think it was a one-trick pony, really. One-trick pony. Americans are having problems again, I think, in relation to... I don't know what it's on, but people are talking about CBS free access. Here's Matic. Sideways pass. Good one, Matic. I think we're going to see a lot of side-to-side today. Although Fred did pass it forward to Martial there, but look how deep Martial is. Get up pitch. Get up pitch, Tony. Get up the pitch. CBS is doing a madness says Santiago. Had to click on the Leicester game feed on Amazon to watch the United game. All right, okay. Thanks for the super chat there. 1996 Champions League semi-final against Dortmund. The way Dortmund played against us is how we should play tonight, says Homes for Sale. And hey Mark, sorry, just joined. How are you feeling about the team tonight, says Janine. I'll probably feel a similar way to everybody, really. I would have liked to have seen Tuanzebe start. I think that was probably more important than Diallo starting to me. I would have liked to have seen Wan-Bissaka not play as well. And I would have liked to see Diallo start, because I don't think it would have made a lot of difference to put Diallo on the left wing instead of Dan James, who will probably play against Chelsea anyway. So I would have made 3 more changes. The Bruno one's difficult. I mean, Mata's not fit, and we don't really have a lot of depth in that position unless you play Greenwood there. And I think he wanted a leader on the pitch. So, you know, I think he had a choice, really. I think it was Rashford and Bruno rest and play Maguire again, or rest Maguire and play the vice-captain, which is Bruno. Good tracking back by Dan James there. Apparently, the Man United match is airing on the Milan versus Krasnodar match, says Jay Wood, if you are watching in America. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We're about 100 subscribers away from 993,000 on that road to 1 million. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Please click it. Let's see if we can get to 993. We've had 10 minutes here. Very, very few things happening in relation to Manchester United at the moment. Lots of passing the ball out. Potentially killing the game off is the name of the game today. Hi mate, I'm a filmmaker from Northern Ireland. I made a film about mental health during lockdown with 1 million subs, Mark, says Richie Bisson. Well, I'm not going down the pub and we're not having a party because we're not allowed. Yo, my G, I ain't joining United. I want to stay at West Ham and actually win trophies, says Decker's Rice. Not sure Bruno is offside there, you know. It didn't go in anyway. Nice ball over the top by Eric Bailly, though. Can you turn that down, please, a bit loud? Hello? Bit loud. Thank you. Well, Sociedad here at the moment are doing quite well. They're up for it. I suppose it's all about getting a bit of what's the word? Respect, winning a bit of specs. Anybody got any? No, I can't read that out. Lauren Vitton, I'm afraid. They're into the box here. And he's given a penalty. He's given a penalty to Real Sociedad. Dan James gives a penalty away. They'll be hating the live comments, but come on. You know, he's tracking back, trying to do his job here. He's got a bit of a red face. Let's have a look. Is it reckless? Yeah, it's a reckless... It's just a... It's a bit of a reckless challenge. He's gone right into the back of him. It's not even one of those where you'd go... You know, he's just gone right back into him. Penalty to Real Sociedad here. I'll tell you what, De Gea will be like that. He'll be like, if Dino saves this, it's a massive opportunity for him. Ayazabal against Dean Henderson. Come on, Dean. He's been waiting to save chances. I think he's going to save it, you know. I think Dean Henderson's going to save this. I've got a feeling. I think he's going to save it. He looks confident. The goal looks small. I think he's going to save it. Ayazabal. He's missed it! He's bloody missed it! I tell you. Well, he didn't save it, but I didn't fancy him to score it. And Dan James gets away with one there. It's a terrible penalty. Well, it's actually not that far away from the top corner, to be fair. It looked a lot worse than it was, but Well, we got away with it there. Got away with it. Mark, since I started watching your streams, women have been rolling in left, right and centre like the Wolf of Wall Street, says Kane. I don't think that's anything to do with me. Does Lindelof look better with Bailey like Maguire does? It's a bit hard, a bit early to say that, Monk. But he's bloody missed it. What a prat. Dino for number 1. You do realise you didn't save it, you prat. In fact, he wouldn't have got anywhere near it. He didn't even move. So, yeah, it wasn't down to the keeper, unfortunately. But yeah, Dan James needs to be a bit careful there. He's obviously eager to impress, but if that's Chelsea at the weekend and a penalty, it was a stone wall, stupid tackle. But as I said, he's working hard, isn't he? He's very eager, and we need to be a little bit careful here. Oh, Lindelof there. What a bit of defending that was by Lindelof. Cross came in from Oyarzabal. Lindelof puts it around for a corner. So you've got to say this is fantastic by Lindelof. They work it. Look at Wan-Bissaka tucking in again. For fuck's sake, Wan-Bissaka. There's a left winger. We've gone back to that again, haven't we? What's he tucking in for here? He's not tucking in for pace reasons. This is a positional problem now. Cross comes in. He's totally free. Lindelof flicks it around. Fred will get rid of this, but bloody hell. What's Wan-Bissaka doing there? Out of position again, but it's really good from Lindelof. And United are a bit on the ropes here in the first 15 minutes. Sociedad had given us a game. Ooh, I tell you what, that's just over the bar as well from, was it Oyarzabal with that one? Not Oyarzabal. We're on the ropes a little bit here, but Lindelof did really well anyway. We didn't get to talk about Lindelof, but they worked it out wide. And the cross came in. It was a lovely low cross to the back post, and Isaac's there just to tap it in, but Lindelof slides and puts it out for a corner. Really good. They're looking better than us, Cliff. You're right. They are looking better than us, definitely. And Fred's a bit lucky there because he was doing that old hand in the air thing, like you just don't care. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We are very close to 993,000. In fact, I can tell you we're 25 away. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe on that road to 1 million. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Help us get to 993. Lovely ball by Januzaj. Oh, I tell you what, that's a lovely ball by Januzaj to Oyarzabal, who looks a totally different player today. Eric Bailly's there. They're testing us. They are testing us so far. It could be one of those nights. Not that I think we're going to get beat. Not that we'll get knocked out, but I think we could get. I think we could be. Get your words out. Get your bloody words out. What I'm trying to say is that we look a little bit lost. It's like we know the game's over, but you've got to, he's gone with an experienced team tonight. They need to bloody up their game a bit. Why is Bruno playing this nothing game, says AKA? Well, at the moment, you can sort of see why he is, because the team need a bit of bloody leadership, don't they? Here is Bruno, though, and that's gone for a throw. Looks a bit frustrated already, Bruno. We're just sitting back, says Alian. And Maguire and Lindelof remind me of Lampard and Gerrard for England. They think they're both good defenders, just can't play together, says Sean Negative Turner. And if Real Sociedad come back to beat us, I will jump in the canal, says Paul Not Nice. Well, you won't be getting wet tonight, Paul. I know we're 4-0 up, but getting dominated at Old Trafford. Why are we having this home game syndrome, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. And Lindelof and Bailly look much better than Harry. Last couple of efforts would already be goals if Maguire was on the pitch, says Ali. Goal. And hey, Mark, did you see the penalty run-up was just like Bruno? Only Bruno scores them, says Varishan. I didn't fancy him to score that penalty. To be fair, if he'd had it on target, it would have gone in because Henderson didn't even move. But he just didn't look confident at all. You can sometimes read a player. So there you go. Rocking chair. Lindelof looking much better without Maguire, also playing in his preferred left-sided position. Clear to see that other partnership works better, says Beto. I think it's safe to say that that Bailly +1 equals success. So far. Good tackle that by Wan-Bissaka. But Sociedad have played really well in this game. They're moving the ball around lovely. I expected to see this Sociedad last week, and we didn't. Oh, it should have been a goal there. Another cross. We've got to pick the runners up. I mean, who's picking up that runner there? That's the midfield again. People in the box not being marked, and it's not the striker. It's the bloody midfielder again. Well done, Fred. Now Wan-Bissaka. Why would you go backwards there? Fucking why? Why would you go backwards there? Get rid of it. Greenwood's just done what you could have done when you put him in bloody trouble. Get rid of it. I think sometimes we have an obsession with passing out from the back, and we'll even turn round and give it to somebody in a more dangerous position to try and do it. But yeah, Sociedad, even without the maestro of David Silva, they're knocking the ball around very, very confidently. They've got into their groove. I think they'll be very realistic about the fact that they probably can't win this tie anymore, but they'll certainly want to come here and beat us at Old Trafford and say, look, you know. And I don't think Ollie will want to lose, will he? At the moment. But then again, we'll probably nick a goal on the... We'll probably do what we did against Newcastle. I mean, in many ways, I'm going to predict that straight away, that we'll probably do what we did against Newcastle, where we get played off the park by a better team, but we manage to win it, which ain't a bad thing, but obviously at some point it will become a bad thing because we'll get battered by somebody. If Wan-Bissaka tucked in anymore, he'd have a mangina, says Glyn Owen. Oh, that's the sort of thing I would come up with. That's very good, actually. And I think we've got a corner here. Good afternoon, Mark from Santa Barbara, California. Can you call my wife Jenna Pratt? Thanks, mate. P.S. I will be getting some tonight, says Brian. Jen, I think you shouldn't give him some tonight if she's calling you a Pratt. If he's calling you a Pratt. Corner to Manchester United here. Bruno's going to take it. Tell you what, I'm just feeling I've got some firm cheeks, tell you. I don't know what I've done to get that. I'm feeling proper firm. I'm feeling my own. It's nothing wrong with that. I was actually just stretching, putting my hands there, and they just felt quite firm. Anyway, corner to Manchester United. A little bit too much knowledge there. Corner comes in. No, it doesn't. He goes short to Tellez, who gives it back to Bruno, who can get some whip on this. He gives it back to Tellez. Neither of them putting the cross in. Will we put it in now? Yes, we will. It's not a bad cross. It's Lindelof. Ooh, it's cleared by Sociedad. And here's Matic. Matic looking a little bit better tonight. Maybe more game time is what he needs. You know, sometimes a player can play poorly because they're rusty, and we've not seen a lot of Matic. And I think, what has he played? 2 or 3 games in a row now? And, well, no, 2 games in a row. He didn't play against Sociedad, did he? I don't think he did anyway. Oh, it's hard to remember. Chelsea game will be huge for both of them, and as if we beat Chelsea, it will good shots. Bruno. Oh, they'll bring it away now. Sharathka, and if we lose, I'm worried about heads dropping. Yeah, that is a massive game against Chelsea at the weekend. And it's better Ollie went with a more mature side tonight. The youngsters may have capitulated under pressure. I'd sum them on at half-time, though, says Aiden. What youngsters are people talking about? I don't know what youngsters you're talking about. Brandon Williams ain't a youngster. Tuanzebe's not a youngster. That's what they're the 2 people, really, that people thought should have played. And Diallo off the left, well, yeah, you're probably right. Mark, are you wearing those trousers for a bet? Says Ashley Smith. They're not trousers, they're pyjamas. And I don't really care what I look like in bed. Hendo did brill for the penalty. Player wanted him to dive, says Robert McCormack. What are you on? I love these Henderson obsessives. That they're now saying that Henderson caused the player to dive, even though he didn't bloody move. You know nothing, Robert, about goalkeeping. What are you talking about? Some people will just let their obsession for a player cloud their judgment to ridiculous levels. Henderson didn't even dive. That would have been the only reason that wasn't a brilliant penalty is because he missed by about a foot from getting it in the top corner. It was Martial with the shot from distance, by the way. I think Martial's looked lively this so far. I'm going to tweet it as well. Here we go. Fred, round the keeper. You should have bloody dived, Bruno. Oh, he's hit the bar. What a finish that would have been from Bruno. Keeper was out of his box. 6-yard box. And Bruno hit the shot onto the bar. But I think Fred should have gone down here. He's too honest. He gets there before the keeper. It's one of those slide rule passes by Greenwood. Fred's in. He gets there before the keeper. The arm's there. He should have gone. That's a typical CDM, that is. I'll guarantee you, Rashford, Martial, Bruno, they go down. He should have gone down. But Bruno nearly scored anyway. Better from United in the last 5 minutes. Sociedad were getting on top, but United have been good the last 5 minutes. Equaling the game out, which is good to see. This is the Dan James I want to see. Not every young prospect turns into world-class talent, but better knowing you gave it your all, says Dowell. I haven't seen Dan James do anything in this game. I don't know what Dan James you're on about. Running up and down. I'd like to see him on the ball a little bit more. It's very basic. You put the player off by not diving. Oh, Robert, come on. You're better than that. You're way better than that. Pastor Fred is an honest man, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. Too honest. He could have took a penalty there. But then again, if you don't know how to dive, he could have made himself look a right prat. And you'll get all the righteous people now. They'll all be going, oh, Goldbridge is telling people to dive. Mate, people have been diving in that situation for decades. Don't act like it's not part of the game. It is. And they don't even book people for diving, so it's always going to be part of the game. So until you start getting penalised for diving, I wouldn't stop doing it. Let the mainstream media cry. I would still tell my players to keep doing it, because at the end of the day, it's an advantage. Look at the pace of Isaac there. But Lindelof cut him off. Fair play, Lindelof there. Bay was going to get there anyway, but Lindelof did cut the run off. Intelligent there from Lindelof. The only penalty I can remember when the keeper actually put the player off by standing still was Czech against Ronaldo in the Champions League final. Henderson did nothing, says Sean Negative Turner. And Martial's in. It's going to go wide there for a goal kick. That hold-up play from Martial is what opened up the space. Good start from him, says Vignesh. He has been lively. The player knew Hendo would have saved it, so he just missed, says Abdullah. Mate, he didn't even move. Sing Wind Your Body and Martial will score. Wind your body, wiggle your belly, I do the boom shakalak, boom shakalak. Wind your body, wiggle your... So it better work now. I do like that song though, because it's got boom shakalak in it. Mark, you need to give Dan James a break. Mate, shut up. Like, seriously, I can't, I've got no time for this. Oh, you hate this player, you hate that player. It's very well proven over the years. I've never hated on any player. Like, I haven't. I'll be honest, I don't think a player's good enough, but when they perform, I will give them the praise. This ain't that channel. I ain't that person. Don't fall for the nonsense you get on social media from jealous, bitter people that I'm Ollie out, which I'm not, and that I hate on players, which I don't. I give an honest assessment on a player, and when they perform well, I will give them the praise. I've done it with Matic over the years, who I didn't think was good enough. I've done it with McTominay, and I will continue to do it. And also, in the last 15 minutes, Dan James gave a stupid penalty away, and I said, let's not go hard on him and give him a load of abuse. He's just eager to get involved in the game. And it was a stupid penalty to give away. It was stupid. But I didn't say, what an idiot, get him off the pitch, like some people would. So chill out with your silly comments about hate and abuse, because that ain't me. And it ain't what this channel is either. We're not having that. At this moment in time, James is better than Mason, says FT Coolers. I don't know what... I'll be honest, I don't know what you're basing this on. What has Dan James done in this game so far? I mean, he's just won a header and he's done a bit of defensive work, but I don't think either of them have got into the game yet. Waiting for Scholes to say what a great game Dino is having at half-time, says Jordan White. And Mark, I've been telling my boyfriend I love him, but I love you. Can I see Twerkbridge, my love, says Gareth Martinez. No. Martial is playing well. I think United have come back into this game in the last 10 minutes. Sociedad were dominating the ball a lot, but it's become more of a 50-50 game now. So credit to United. I think we started off a bit slow, but we've been a lot better. Oh, he has a bell. Wan-Bissaka with the slide. Could have been another penalty there. Did well defensively. And well done by Tellez there. So they always... The thing I would say about Sociedad when they've been attacking is that they do look like they're not that they're going to score, but every attack looks like it's a threat. Wan-Bissaka did really well there, by the way, to recover. It's so clear you have show RP, you're blocked. Bye bye. I'm not even. I don't care whether it's a super chat or not. I'm not entertaining stupid little agenda comments about hate. You know, go and tell your school teacher about hate when you go back to primary school. People question Koundé's height, but Dan James just won a header against Isaac. Yeah, well, yeah. Cannavaro, Carlos Puyol. You do not need to be 6'2" to play at centre back. Right, here is Dan James with a chance to run. Sensible ball into Fred. I like that. You know, it moves the ball forward. Wan-Bissaka with the cross. Headed away. Better from United. Better. Crandape, you're getting blocked as well. Goodbye. And so is Ross Coupland. Oh, I'm busy tonight. Thanks. Keep doing it. You can all piss off. The haters, that is. The trolls. Bruno surely has to be top 5 in Ballon d'Or. He's at Ronaldo, Mbappe, and De Bruyne's level. Says Sharath Kamath Fitness. I think he's better than I think he's better. Do a bleep test in the garden? Says Joshua Powerwater. Thank God lockdown's coming to an end, Joshua. We don't have to worry about bloody Joe Wicks and this crap fitness shit anymore, do we? Corner's headed away. Comes to Bruno. What a ball that is by Bruno. Oh, he's offside, unfortunately. Bruno for Ballon d'Or. He's not going to get Ballon d'Or, is he? I think we all know that the bias of the Ballon d'Or means that you've got to be in the Champions League and doing well in the Champions League. So, you know, he won't win it. But he's definitely in the top 5 players in the world at the moment, Bruno, for what he's actually doing. Factually what he's doing. And that is... I think he's better than De Bruyne this season. I don't think he's a better player than De Bruyne, but I think it's like saying Manchester United are better than Liverpool at the moment. We are. Because look at the league. We are better than Liverpool at the moment. But are Liverpool a better team when they've got everybody fit? Yes. Is De Bruyne a better player than Bruno when he's on fire? Probably yes. But, you know, there is always two ways to judge football. One is in the now and one is in the talent. And sometimes the now and the talent combine. But sometimes a player isn't playing at their best and somebody is playing better than them, even though they're a better player with talent. What does Mason have to do to get a chance at striker? Everyone needs to get behind Martial. Fred was worse but got better. Martial will improve, says Bradley. And love you, Mark. Any idea what the song was you were singing? Says Brian Boyle. Wine your... It's Shaggy, isn't it? I do the boom shakalak. I don't know what the name of the song is, but it definitely is Shaggy. Isaac over the top. He won't get away from Bailly. Look at that. Look at that from Eric Bailly. Oh, that's why you need pace at the back. That's like a goal, that is. That is that is superb. Put simply, ball over the top. Lovely ball over the top from Sociedad. Isaac's running through. Bailly matches him. He beats him. He wins the ball and mugs him off. That is Lindelof and Maguire. That's 1-0. Unless Henderson pulls off a great save. Because there is no way Isaac is not getting ahead of Lindelof and Maguire. This is why you must have a quick centre-back. Greenwood looks like he's starting to use his body more on the ball. Really coming to a solid number 9, says Ashton. That was superb by Bailly. All these haters are so petty. Please go outside, I beg. Thank you, Mark, for being a light in my life. Your videos really keep me going. Sending love, says I'm addicted to theme parks. On a positive note, a year ago I was at Bruges, second leg. Ran into some former guests and presenters from United Stand. They were all very kind. Great community, says Santiago. Love the channel, Mark. Been here since the LVG days. Can't wait to see you guys and get 1 million subs. What's the sub strategy for this game? Says Patrick St. Pierre. Just get Diallo on. We're watching our best option at centre-back and best option for captain, says Oscar Coleman. Wow, James playing well. Man of the match at the moment, says Zach. Diallo would crumble in a hype. What match are you watching? Zach's a troll because he says loan out Diallo and play Dan James as a first teamer. I don't know what game people are watching here. I mean, I'm definitely not saying that Dan James has played bad, but I'm definitely not seeing him as man of the match. For me, it would be Eric Bailly at the moment. I'm moving to London from Poland in May. Any tips? Says Jabak. Yeah, no. Mark, don't you think Bay is more than just pace? Oh, yeah, definitely. He's very good in the air as well, physical. Imagine if Ollie had the bottle to drop Maguire and actually pick these two, and you know how much I don't like Bay, but it just works, says Sean Negative Turner. I think centre-back partnerships, Sean, and everybody, are about partnerships. And I did say when the team came out tonight, I was like, this is going to be really interesting because we've spent a lot of time over the last 6 weeks saying how Maguire plays better with Bailly. And a lot of you, to be fair, have said, well, what about Lindelof and Bailly? And all I've said is you can't talk about Lindelof and Bailly when you haven't seen them. So my preference is Maguire and Bailly. Well, tonight was always going to be interesting to see Maguire out of the team and Bailly and Lindelof in the team. And look, Ollie will not drop Maguire. He's never going to drop him. He's never going to take the captaincy off him. But Sociedad are a good side, and good shot, easy save for Henderson. And Bay and Lindelof have done well. With your logic, who's the current best London team, says Dan? Chelsea. It's obvious, isn't it? How do you rate Alexander Isak, says Godav? I like him. Slimline, fast, good with the ball at his feet. I do like him. I wonder where. I sort of see him at Barcelona. I don't know whether I'm right with that. Signing a contract at United is signing up to be criticised by the fans, as our standards should be still high. Don't agree with the Snowflakes' view of not criticising the players, says Nick. Well, they probably haven't supported Manchester United that long, because I've told this story so many times I get bored of it myself. But if you went to Old Trafford in the noughties like I did, Ryan Giggs used to get pelters quite regularly because he was, whilst he was a brilliant player, he was quite frustrating as well. And the Old Trafford crowd would let him know that. So footballers have always been criticised. It's part of the game. It's just you get these super fans on Twitter who probably don't go to matches, who think that football grounds are full of polite applause and, oh, unlucky, try again next time. It's never been like that when I've been there. You've said exactly what Robbie Savage said on BT. How does that feel, mate? Says hi, Mark. Dan James nearly scored. Well, that would have put him in the candidate for being man of the match there. Don't know whether he should score. It's not on his head. But what a ball by Bruno. He should score. But to be fair, heading is not his strength. Delightful ball by Bruno, though. Over the top. Dan James, probably 6 yards out. Here it comes again. It's on his head. Just doesn't get enough power on it. It sort of hits that part of the head instead of that part, and the keeper makes a save. I'm not sure what I've done wrong, but United stand picks is not working for me. Oh, well, I'll try again next time, says Kenneth. That's a shame, Kenneth. And I think Tuanzebe and Bay should be playing at centre-back, says Ice Bank. I don't know what Robbie Savage has said, but he must be quite... I thought it was a bit of a difficult chance for Dan James, to be fair, James Barker, yeah. But what I'm saying is, what a ball by Bruno. What a ball by Bruno. I think James is having a good game. Yeah. Somebody just said he's not having a good game. No, I think Dan James is having a good game. I don't think he's man of the match, but I think he's having a good game. You could argue that Bruno's man of the match because he's put how many decent passes has Bruno played tonight? But he's won a corner here, and this is good for United. It's 0-0, 45 minutes, 35 minutes. Sorry, gone. So a third of the game is gone. They, for every minute that goes by, less chance of them scoring 4, which I don't think they had any chance of doing anyway. Mark, I wanted to ask you something. This Twitter account, Vintage United, don't say his name, criticised De Gea so much, but every time someone criticised Ollie's tactics subs, he calls fans toxic, says Sharath Math Fitness. Welcome to Twitter, mate. Full of accounts that are very vocal and very appreciated, but nobody's got the fucking clue who they are. It could be a 10-year-old Arsenal fan from South Africa. It could be a 49-year-old Liverpool fan from Norway. And yet people just get sucked in by the name of a Twitter account. And it really could be, God knows who it could be. I wouldn't take much notice of Twitter. I don't. I'm close friends with Vert Veghurst, and your Harry Potter jibe has really upset him, says Lloyd. He's thinking of hanging up his boots thanks to your abuse, says Lloyd. I'm sure he is. Maybe he should get a sense of humour. I probably made him more famous than he was amongst the people who watched my FIFA career. Blue Maniac says, people on Twitter have jobs, mate. They don't fleece fans on YouTube. Mate, last time I checked, and I have been doing it for 5 years, on YouTube, you search United Stand or AFTV or whatever it is you want to watch, and if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it, but you don't have to pay to watch it. So swivel on that, you bitter hater. And what else? I love this. I actually love that comment. I've always loved that comment that the United Stand makes money off fans. Has anybody... I mean, if you want to do a super chat, you can do. And people do it because they like the content. And at the end of the day, it's free content. So if people want to give us a super chat, that's up to them. But the content is free on YouTube and always will be. So welcome to the United Stand. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. It's free to do it and get involved in the channel. As much as I don't think Dan James is good enough for United, you've got to respect his motivation to reject a loan and want to play for the first team, says Fred. Look, at the moment... Like I said, I think he's having a... I don't think he's had a second season I wanted him to have. I think the first season was fine. He got a lot of abuse in the first season. And I said, at the end of the day, there was some up and downs for Dan James. But he'd come from the Championship and you've got to expect a little bit of that. But Fred's about to get booked here. Foul on Janusaj. But this season, I think, was the season that Dan James needed to kick on. And I think anybody who said sell Dan James, and I did say it in January, was right, because he'd not had a very impactful season. But at the moment, he's doing well. And, you know, he's going to have to keep that consistency up. He can't drop off again. He can't be inconsistent, Dan James. It's year 2. But at the moment, you've got to say he is a valuable asset to the team at a time where we've got a lot of injuries. We need to get Arsenal in final, guarantee win and record score for United, says Lobby. Well, we haven't got a great record against Arsenal, have we? Do you think Ollie wants Bruno as his future captain and therefore playing him today so we can try him out? No, I just think he's giving Harry Maguire a rest. I think, you know what? I think Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof could play like the reincarnation of Costa Curta and Baresi, and they still wouldn't play again. Ninja Smurf United says, all the closet haters have come out tonight, Mark, with the KOs. They are sour. United Stand is about to hit 1 million, says Ninja Smurf United. Well, look, I don't really give a shit about the haters, really, because you don't have to watch it, and that's always been the case. We're our own community. If people want to be part of it, which they have been for 5 years, they know what the channel's all about. They know what I'm all about. They know what we're about. You know, we want the club to do well. That's what we always want, and they also know that we have a bit of a laugh and that we love interaction, and that's what we've always done from the very first show, where we had about 50 people watching on a Google Hangout live show once a week, to where we are now. It's always had the same core principles, and the great thing is, I don't like the One show on BBC One, and so I don't watch it. And if you don't like this, don't watch it. But you can't change the world in the sense that people like what they want to like. It's the same with music, and the world's a much better place when you don't spend your life obsessing and hating and jealous and bitter about other things. Get on with living your own life and make your own happiness. Find your own happiness, you know. Maybe you like knitting or something, but yeah, I don't get that. I don't get it. This first half has flown by, hasn't it? Been since LVG days of watching your channel, says Ray Carl Byron Amore. Thank you very much. And do you think with our academy players that they could shape the team to win the Premier League in the future? It's one way, Al33. If you can't get the players you want, you can produce the players you want. It is one way. But you still need quality players in the team to help nurture those. As I said, with the class of 92, you still had leaders like Keane, Schmeichel, Cantona, Dennis Irwin, Steve Bruce, you know, so you do need these leaders as well. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're very close to 993,000. Update on the game, end to end at the moment. I think the first 15 minutes it looked like Sociedad were going to dominate. Then United had a good 10 minutes, and then I think United have been comfortable now. I think we started off slow, and I was worried it was going to go a bit like the Newcastle game, where Newcastle did dominate us a lot, didn't they, for the first 55 minutes. And Sociedad did look good. They had a penalty, but I think United have worked really well. I've been impressed with United the last 20 minutes. I think we've done well. You know, Sociedad are a good side, and I think we've done well. Here's a Yazabel. We've looked strong at the back as well. I think the centre-backs have looked really strong. You know, Isaac is a quick player, and I think we've defended really well. I tell you what, Henderson must get pissed off, though. He just never, ever gets any shots on goal, does he? You know, he wants to try and prove himself, and he just doesn't get shots. He must be like, fucking hell, why can't he play Maguire and Lindelof? Isaac would have been one-on-one. I've got a chance to save it. Bloody Bay again. Congratulations, Mark and Flex. You've done a great job with United. Stan, nearly at 500,000. Big up from Ireland. Thank you, Rick MC. And just got done teaching. How they looking? Anything of real significant happened? Cheers, Mark, says Daniel Luciano. Penalty miss for Sociedad. But apart from that, I think it's been... You could say that I think United have shaded it because Bruno hit the post. Dan James maybe could have scored a header. So I think we've had the better chances. I'm pleased with United, yeah. I think it's more of a platform Diallo to come on in the second half because, I mean, Ollie won't do it. But if I was Ollie, I'd be like, this game is settled now. You know, you could put him on. I really don't like a certain other United channel. I've never thought about going on there and telling them so. Keep it up quality content, says Mark Dobby. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the support. Good tackle by Martial. Can we get another chance here before half time? Greenwood's got it on the left. He's got a bit of space. It's not a bad cross to the back post, but Fred ain't going to win that header in a million years. He'd need a step ladder. And they bring it away. Well, he skips away from James and Fred there. Eric Bailly does his job again. Matic mops up. So now we're only 45 minutes left and 4-0 up. You reckon Ollie will make some changes, says Andy and Bruno? No. I predicted that Diallo won't get on before the 72nd minute. So, yeah. And that is half time. So, thoughts on the half. I think it's been an interesting one in the sense that I think United have recovered quite well from a slow first few minutes. Look, it was a penalty and he bottled it. And it remains 0-0. There was never really a chance in my mind that they were going to get back from 4. And with 45 minutes... Ollie now surely has got to be thinking about getting Diallo on because all you're doing now, Ollie, is you're just going through the motions. You're just killing the game off. You're keeping first teamers on to see out a game that's gone. Like it's over. Get Diallo on, but I don't think he will. I don't think he'll do it yet. Mark, who would you prefer we play in the next round of Europa? And does it look like it'll all English semi-final and final, says Mojo. Tomorrow, lunchtime, midday, that is the draw. We will be live for it. Do you think Sheretire will get some game time, says Rivendran? I do think he will come on, yeah. And I don't know how you can cope in the public eye in front of all these hard men who spread toxicity on Twitter. I wouldn't cope, says Red Baron. Thanks for the super chat, mate. I don't actually spend that much time on Twitter anymore. I just tend to tweet and get out, and I will read some of the replies, but I used to spend a bit of time looking on my timeline and just don't bother anymore. It's the best way to be. Right, let's get Flex on anyway, and but yeah, I'm happy with that half from Manchester United. I don't think it's ultimately you can play a game of football, and it was looking like we might play a disappointing game of football and get a bit dominated by Sociedad. But I think, as I said, after that first 15 minutes, we came back, we got involved. I think we had some good chances, and I think that we deserve to have the 0-0 at half time. And I think Flex, can you hear me?
Oh.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that half? And should he be making those changes we want now? 0-0, 45 minutes. 4 goals.
Yeah, it's slow start to the half, man. First 15-20 minutes, I think it answered the question of what we had of will they play any worse than they did in the first half, and did they learn their lessons? And the answers to both of them is yes. Well, no, they won't play as bad, and yes, they did learn their lessons. So yes and no. They did so much more compact, 4-4-2, tight. It's almost like they said, look, we can't afford to get done down the sides again or balls over the top, drop off, be compact, be difficult to break down. And they were much better on the ball. That was kind of the Sociedad. I think we could say we probably would have expected more in the first leg. Difficult to get the ball off, keep the ball a little bit better. They had some nice combinations. Januzaj looking
They looked
dangerous.
Good the first 10-15 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah, I was
really
thinking, I was thinking it's a good thing we're 4-0 up because that's what I expected away to them in the first half an hour or the first half of the tie. And we didn't get that. Obviously, we got the opposite. So yeah, But I think obviously, and the penalty very clumsy from Daniel James. He's the wrong side of him. It's definitely a pen.
Might have been interesting if that had gone in, actually.
There you go, exactly. So you can't. I know you was saying there you're happy with that half and it deserves to be nil, and it should be 0-0, but really you're expecting to score penalties, so they should be your trousers. Expecting to score.
I'm ready for bed after this. I did anticipate it being as soon as Diallo wasn't playing, I said, get the pajamas, get the jeans off, get them on.
Padded Bear pajamas on.
I'm thinking of progressing now. I've got my gaming chair to a sleeping bag that comes up here and a pillow thing at the back, and then I can just rock like that and get to sleep. But no, it's not been that bad. But I think if that goal had gone in. But having said that, I did say,
we've done all right afterwards.
Afterwards, we did well. Bruno hit the bar. Dan James maybe should have scored as well. So we've had two good chances.
Exactly. And then we ended up having more attempts on goal than they did by the end of the half.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. We just started off poorly, and it could have been different if they scored. Depending on our reaction, you might get nervous, and then before you know it, it's 4-2 at half time. Then it's a bit like, I'll tell you what, let's just shore it up a little bit. So. We'll never know, but I think now we've come out unscathed and kind of sussed them out a little bit and adjusted to them playing that way. I think Mason in the first 15 minutes, although it's not what we want to talk about, really mature. I know Ricky always says a lot about him not being a proper winger and you need to play Dan James there more because he's not quite there yet, etc., etc. He's proven that he's getting more mature with his performances, and I don't want to gloat too much about one of our best attacking players being good defensively, but it shows a little bit of maturity in his game. I think Eric Bailly, a couple of instances that we've seen, that's why a couple of times Lindelof looked like he was in trouble for pace. Who's there?
That Eric ball Bailly over the top. I was gonna say that anyway, so we may as well talk about it. That ball over the top from to Isaac.
Yeah,
he's got a free
Lindelof
run.
Was in trouble.
It's a 50-50 ball, a 50-50 race, and Bailly gets there in front of him and then does his bits that he does. But if that's Lindelof and Maguire, he's through one-on-one, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, so there was. I forgot about that one. There was that one, and then he does. The Bailly fancy footwork, and then we get out of it, and then Matic passed it out for a throw, which was probably the only bad thing he done all half. And then the other one was when Lindelof was kind of 50-50 with Isaac as well, but then Bailly came and just sorted it out. And then on the flip side as well, give Lindelof his props as well. When we had to defend well, which we did have to do in that first 15 minutes, I know we gave away the pen, but aside from that, there was a couple of good bits of defensive play. Lindelof with that great sliding kind of tackle to get something on it.
Yeah, that was good,
box. That's good, and we don't defend well with balls coming across the 6-yard box. That's one thing we have struggled with, so you've got to give him his props. Then we grew into the game. Fred was quite good, actually, and then he started getting a bit reckless towards the end. But Wan-Bissaka's been okay and grown into the game. So, yeah, I think next, I think you're probably going to be right with what you said. The 3-1 I said probably going to go out the window. Tight, cagey. Might even be a draw, but 15 minutes for Ahmad or something like that. But I'd like to see it earlier.
Yeah, I think it's going exactly how I thought. I don't think it'll be 2-2 now, but I think it will be a draw. And I think that it will be Diallo and whatever subs he's going to make, he'll do it.
What do you think, 0-0? 0-0 draw?
Well, it could be 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, but I think it will be a draw. And I do think that, unfortunately, we'll get a cameo. And I think a cameo is just a waste of time for Diallo. It really is. Yeah. He got to start. If he's going to get 15 minutes in a game like this, he ain't going to get much time this season, is he? Because the games are going to get harder.
No. And you look at how important the games are that are coming, and against the opposition that they are, you can't see him getting any game time in them, barring some real bad injuries in training. So
Martial's been good.
Right.
Sorry, just very quickly. Somebody just said
Martial has been good. I thought he's improved. He's looked after the ball well. A couple of shots. The first one, obviously, near post. I liked that. Trying to deceive the keeper. He's been okay. Yeah, he's been okay. I think he's done what he's needed to do. He's done okay.
Please subscribe, by the way. We're very, very close to 993,000. We're about 10 away. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Please do that on the road to 1 million. Also, what was I going to say? Look, I've seen it in the live comments. We were talking about it before the game. Do you think that we could well see a situation here tonight where if Bailly and Lindelof continue off that first half, does it do Maguire any favours? Because there's a lot of people in the live comments saying, look, Maguire with Bailly, it's good, and it is good, but they're trying to say that penalty should have been retaken because Dean Henderson was miles off the line, which he actually was, but that would have been a bit unlucky. He was miles off the line, actually.
Was he? I didn't see it. See,
yeah.
Looking for that consistency. This is the Europa League, but in the Premier League, that's happened a couple of times.
It's a nothing game, is it? And it doesn't. It helps us, but it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because Maguire's played with Bailly, and a lot of people say that that's the best partnership. And then a lot of people tonight were saying, well, Lindelof and Bailly, let's see what they're all about. And actually, they look quite good as well, because you don't miss out on the aerial ability, because Bay's actually very good in the air as well. So do you think we could see that after this, where people actually start saying maybe Bay and Lindelof should be the partnership? It's not going to be, is it? But
no, but you will get, look, we're reactionary FC as fans when we, new toy syndrome. If we see something we like, we say, yeah, that's what it should be all the time. If we see something we don't like, we say it should never happen again, But I think the reality is what you said there. It's not going to happen. Keep a clean sheet today and go on to win this comfortably, and he's still not going to make that centre-back pairing, is he? Harry Maguire's the captain. Bruno's going to get it taken back off him. Maguire's the captain, and he's the guy who pretty much plays every game, and that ain't going to change.
In relation to changes, would you look, obviously Diallo we've spoken about, but other changes, or is it, we have got a big game against Chelsea at the weekend. Fred and Matic probably going to be those players in that game. You could get creative. You could put Tuanzebe at CDM. Is he going to have to? I'm sort of thinking
that's not in Solskjær. I'm
thinking about that. You've said that.
But see the ruthlessness. You see what it is now. The ruthlessness on that side of it. Of if someone wants to buy stuff, would he hook them off? Versus also a ruthlessness in a different type of way, which is actually like this, saying for the sake of 40 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, just to keep them fresh, because Scott McTominay's not going to make it.
Fred's on a yellow as well.
And Fred's on the yellow. Would you do that and put what's his name there, Tuanzebe?
Yeah.
Nah. He'd rather. Well,
he can't do it again with Fred, can he? Because if he plays Fred for 90 minutes and on the 75th minute Fred gets a second yellow, it's bloody deja vu, isn't it? Because people are already saying in the live comments, get Fred off. This is the same as PSG. But I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, look, at the end of the day, we're 4-0 up. If we lose 2-0, does it really matter if you get somebody half an hour rest for Sunday? And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Matic and Fred are probably playing on Sunday. Matic, he doesn't.
Who's on the bench again?
The CDM wise, not really anybody.
No one.
But you could put Tuanzebe there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you could, and just say, look, mate, just sit there. But he wouldn't. He just won't do anything mad like that. He just won't.
I'm all for match fitness now. This game's over. We're not losing 4-0 in the second half unless a miracle happens. So for me, look, all right, we might have to give up the ball a bit. It's not ideal, but for me, Chelsea now becomes the focus. Let's get, we can make 5 subs as well. You can make 5 subs in Europe. So why would you not do it? With half an hour to go, all right, maybe the first 15 minutes, keep it the same, but half an hour to go, make 5 subs and get some people in the
comments saying just go 5 at the back. I know people will say, oh, it's negative, you're going 5 at the back with 4-0 up against me. But like you said, it's about the bigger picture, not the social media. This is why Ollie should go out, because this is why Ollie out, because he's gone 5 at the back at home against Thing. But essentially, I think we should be able to almost keep the same shape, but like you said, just change the personnel and just say, just go and do a job. Just go and do a job.
My thing with Victor versus Harry is that Harry is better in the air, but Harry doesn't take the responsibility of the aerial duty anyway, and Victor can get rough, says Dipanshaw. And hi, Mark, what's your thoughts on the failed Newcastle takeover from the Saudis? Will they ever get rid of Ashley and do the fans deserve something? Won't. Says Matthew Jones.
Ashley forever, mate.
Ashley forever, yeah. Do you think Ollie should have given more of a chance to youngsters like Williams and Tuanzebe in this game? Says Beat it. I mean, to be fair, you think
take Bissaka off. There you go. Get Bissaka off for Brandon Williams.
We might lose the game because, to be fair, Ayazabel has looked way better than he did last week, and he's caused problems. But you've got it is about, look, you might lose the game, but you won't lose the game 4-0, and you'll give a player a rest, and you'll give somebody who needs game time.
100%. Even if he, like you said, he doesn't do it straight away. 70th minute, if it's still 4-0, even if it's bloody 4-1, just get Bissaka, because if Bissaka's out of the Chelsea game, just say, you know what Bissaka's like, he won't let someone go past, so he's going to keep sliding in, try and keep the clean sheet, which is, if you're going to play, can't play half-hearted, you've got to play. You can't just go, I've got a game on Sunday, so I'm not going to make the tackle. But he will keep going for it, and if he's out of that game, that's a massive miss. And the same with Bruno. The longer this goes on, pull a hamstring, or one of their players get a bit frustrated because they know they're nowhere near winning anyway, but they just get a petulant foul, kick you or whatever, knock, bruising. We just don't need it.
Once you get to half an hour, if you really want to, if they scored a goal, you could just park the bus for half an hour anyway. So look, just get fucking Bruno off, get Wan-Bissaka off, and
that's what I'm saying. Get them two off now. Really, we need to actually. So thinking about it, we need to get Matic and Fred off, because the chances are they're going to have to play.
Yeah.
Unless McTominay... Did McTominay train this week?
I don't know, but even if they haven't, they've still been out for a week or so, hasn't it? I think McTominay might be back, but it's a big game. I mean, look, Chelsea,
it is a big game to
even if we've got Pogba and everybody's fit, like that Chelsea midfield is good. Yeah. They're a good midfield.
Mobile, So really, you're going to need players that have been on a bit of a run, have got some game time in their legs.
Fred's got to play.
So it's going to be Matic and Fred, let's say, which already, I know we're thinking ahead of ourselves, which could be a bit of an issue for that. Could show us how we're going to play. But you get them two off, and then you get Fred, you get Wan-Bissaka and what's his name off? Bruno. Yeah. You've got to have them four, and then the fifth one.
I don't think he'll take Bruno off, I think Bruno will play 90 minutes.
Oh, mate.
Fred Raymond says, as much as I don't think actually Fred says, get me off, super chat. No, as much as I don't think Dan James is good enough for United, you've got to respect his motivation to reject it. And I've done that one. Sorry, we've done that one. Thanks for that super chat before. But I think I'd agree with you. I think Dan James and Greenwood have been steady. They've done their job. Yeah. There's not been a lot going on, but they've done their job. Martial the same. They've been in the game. They've worked hard, and they've Dan James could have scored. That was a lovely ball by Bruno. Didn't quite catch it right. It's not really good with his head, so you can't knock him.
Yeah. Great ball. And Bruno was unfortunate when he hit the bar as well. What strike that was. That would have been a sick
I thought Fred could have won a penalty there. If he wasn't the CDM.
You can just go down,
As soon as he got there, I was like, go down. I would have gone down. I'd have gone down like a hungry man on a KFC bucket. I'd have been down. You're a cheater, mate.
I've seen you play at Old Trafford. You flipping crying all over the place.
But it's part of the game, isn't it? You don't get booked for it anymore. They've gave up on that. They don't. It's like back passes when you pick it up. They've given up on that, haven't they? So it's like being off your line on a penalty. They've given up on that as well. They bring this stuff in and they say, we're not doing it anymore.
No, it's true.
Shaw's created more chances than any fullback in Europe, says Duncan, and get Lee Grant on, says Ewan, and
a lot of people are saying that. Get Grant.
Put him on up front. Put him in the midfield. CDM, says Benson.
Holders.
But we haven't got a lot of options on the bench, to be fair.
No, we don't. You can. That is fair enough,
But I think you could put. I mean, Maguire's on the bench. Obviously, don't want to use him. Brandon Williams is on the bench. Tuanzebe's on the bench. Shoretire. Rashford's fucking on. Oh what? My god!
Well, no, he's not. You're joking.
He's brought Rashford on.
For who? Bruno.
And Williams.
What?
My
Hold
God.
on. No. Hold on. Oh my God.
I don't get that.
What is going on?
I do not get that. I'm stunned. Williams is on and Tuanzebe's on, which is fine.
For who? Oh, Williams and Tuanzebe's on as well.
Yeah, but he has brought Rashford on at half time.
I bet Bruno's going to go back into then, and one of the midfielders would have come off, I bet. Fred probably would have come off. You put Bruno where Fred was.
I don't know. So Wan-Bissaka's off anyway. That's a good idea.
So that's good. So he'll go where.
I think Tuanzebe is coming on CDM by the looks of it, or maybe they're going to back three. But I'm happy with two of it. I think Bruno.
Why is Rashford on? Why? For what? I don't get it. Unless someone had to come off injured, but even someone come injured, just put Ahmad on.
I don't know.
If he gets injured, man.
Well, you can chat about that on the fan forum.
Yeah.
Maybe Lee Grant will be coming on up front in a minute before Ahmed. You just don't know.
What is going on? We'll have to see where they line up. All right, cool.
All right, mate. I'll catch you in a bit.
Nice one. Cool.
Cheers, pal.
Right.
So, I've got some super chats to catch up with. Don't worry, everyone who's been doing them, I will catch up with them because I know a lot coming at half time. But I'm just trying to figure out here what we're doing because Wan-Bissaka's definitely gone off, but I don't know who else has gone off. I think Greenwood might have come off. Which is he might have an eye on Saturday. Rashford is on. Dan James has gone to the right. Greenwood's come off. I think maybe Greenwood was carrying a knock though, wasn't he? Because there was talk of him being out. Tuanzebe's gone into midfield and Fred's come off. So to be fair, the Fred and Wan-Bissaka subs are spot on. Let me just put that out. Oh, Greenwood's still on. Sorry, Bruno's gone off. But Fred and Wan-Bissaka and Bruno are off. So, I mean, look, the people he's brought off, he's actually spot on. But maybe he's working towards Dan James for the last 20 minutes and Diallo. So Greenwood is a number 9. His number 10 is quite interesting. I just think bringing Rashford on for 45 minutes is a little bit odd. But I mean, Rashford more than anybody needs the night off, doesn't he? Because Rashford's had so many games. He's had that big injury a year ago. But I do agree with the Wan-Bissaka injury. I do agree. Not injury. I do agree with the Wan-Bissaka sub. I do agree with the Fred sub, and I do agree with the Bruno sub. So very happy that those 3 have gone off. Just not happy that Rashford's come on. So let's sort these subs out on here so that people actually get to see them. So Wan-Bissaka's off, and Bruno is off, and Fred is off. Rashford has come on. And who else is on? Tuanzebe and Brandon Williams, isn't it? So, where are you? Where are you, Axel? And James. Over to there. Brandon Williams. And Rashford. With the free kick. I think it might have deflected. Where's Axel? Watch this free kick from Rashford. He really should be paying royalties to Ronaldo the way he hits free kicks, you know. So it's so similar to Ronaldo. He's got. I mean, it's not easy to do. I take my hat off to Marcus for that. But it is such a. He hits it so much like Bruno. Not Bruno. Ronaldo. Right, I've got the team for you now. It took me bloody ages because I've got these players all over the place. But let me just come in here for a minute. Leicester are losing 1-0. They could be going out. They'll be gutted about that. That's not a foul by Brandon Williams. Anyway, good to see Brandon Williams getting 45 minutes. Good to see Tuanzebe getting 45 minutes. And interesting to see Greenwood playing at 10. Who's the captain now? I would imagine it's probably Bruno. Not Bruno. Isaac hits the bar. Martial puts it out for a corner. Intelligent there from Martial, but they hit the bar from across there. Just catching on the super chats here. In my opinion, Greenwood should play as a 9, Martial as a left winger, and Rashford as a 10, says Ravindran. Rashford, 5 years today. He had his debut, mate. Maybe being nice and giving him 45 minutes in the armband, says Philip Burtonwood. There's no time for sentimentality in football when you can give a player a rest, though, in my opinion, but maybe some people it is. Looks like we're playing a 4-2-4, says Ninja Smurf United. Just wanted to show my support. Love the show, Mark, says Sawyer. Israel Vince, thanks for the super chat. Super Kylie says, hi Mark, have you seen Ollie Gunning for Glory? It's a documentary of Ollie at Mulder. They interview Ollie, the players and the staff. Sounds interesting. Corner to Real Sociedad. Michael Fitty says, these youngsters are going to be like Gomez and Leave. Expected more youth from Ollie as a manager, and Ahmed is the most expensive under 23 ever. Put Galbraith in the midfield, says Dylan O'Connor. Bruno off, Rashford got the armband, says Verishan. Why isn't Mata on the bench? Maybe that's why Bruno isn't playing, says James Penny. I think Mata must be injured. He's not even on part of the squad. Tellez has hurt his head here. Mark, notice how Martial is more of a centre forward than a poacher. He is usually on the same side of the field as the ball rather than the opposition for a cross. Duncan says Shaw's created more chances than anybody else. Hi Mark, love the show and you deserve the 1 million followers, says Jamie Ralph. I'm from Manchester and would love another get together as I missed the last one. Hopefully all that will be coming back when we get out of this world, actually. Bruno has hit the woodwork now 11 times in the past 12 months for United. Take off Bruno, it's like Fred on the yellow, why risk it, says Sean. Well, that's obviously happened. Here's Martial down the right hand side, gets it to Dan James. Nice little 1-2, but Dan James ain't going to get that, no matter how fast he is. What are your thoughts? I've done that one. My thing with Victor versus Harry is that Harry is better in the air. I've done that one. Mark, do you think Ollie should have given more of a chance to youngsters like Williams and Tuanzebe, says B2. Well, they're both on now, so give Ollie his dues. He has given 45 minutes, which is better than 10. Bruno has hit the word work 11 times in the last year, says Sean O'Sullivan. Love how Oyarzabal tried to mug Bruno off with that pen and he absolutely fluffed it. Good shot from Greenwood there. Keeper saves it. Please shout out Seeds and Shuba Main watching in Australia, says Hader Hammond. Ollie's former club mould is going into the last 8, says Bandraxon. Congratulations on reaching 1 million. We're not there yet, says Aidan. And do you feel we need more strength in depth for games like this? I.e. Wan-Bissaka who plays every match, says Lobby the Lobster. Yes, definitely. How is the youth supposed to break through when he never uses his squad? Subs come on with 10 minutes to go, says Edgar. I don't know how you cope in the pub. I've done that one as well. Okay, we've caught up. Thanks for all the super chats. You can do that through the $sign, of course. Appreciate those. I've probably got some new ones coming in now. No reason for Rashford to be playing at all. Give Diallo 45 minutes, says Michael. Let's get this straight. McTominay's better than Bruno, says Ollie Hogan, the troll. I think he swapped in Rashford to celebrate his debut 5 years ago. Well, he could have given him 5 minutes, though, Lil. You know. And as much as I don't think I've done that one as well. Great. Okay, we're all caught up. Thank you very much. So, still 0-0. 7 minutes of the second half gone here. Remember, we will have the player ratings for you a little bit later on for you to vote for the match reaction. Love the player ratings, and I think it's always very interesting in these sort of games. Especially when you've got, you know, peripheral sort of players like the Dan Jameses, the Mason Greenwoods. You know, are they established first team players yet? What are you going to give them out of 10? Tellez, see what Tuanzebe and Brandon Williams do. There's plenty of time for them to get player ratings. So, interested by that. I mean, I think Dan James's best work has been sprinting back and making tackles. We've not really seen much going forward from the wingers at all in this game. But defensively, as Flex was saying, Greenwood in the first half, Dan James in the first half off the left and now off the right. They've worked hard. And we're going to have to see that against Chelsea. And I think Dan James is probably playing himself into the game against Chelsea with his work rate, because we are going to be defending a lot. And I think Ollie will be thinking about that. Sociedad on the attack here. That'll go for a goal kick. No worries. Who is the best CDM you think United can get in the summer, says Ravendran. What, if price wasn't an issue? There's loads of players, but I think in relation to buying a player, Basuma at Wigan, Declan Rice would be my number one, but you've also got people like Zakaria. Should Wan-Bissaka play for England, says Joe? Very difficult, isn't it? Because I think Reece James is more rounded, and I think that Trent Alexander-Arnold is, you know, there's a lot of good right backs. I do like Wan-Bissaka. I do. I wouldn't get rid of him, but does he offer as much going forward? And I think that's his problem at the moment. Maybe Ollie has penciled Rashi in for this game because it's 5 years since his debut, says Jake Pennington. Welcome to the Members Club, Lee Osman. Thank you very much for joining. And please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. I haven't checked, but we were 10 subscribers away from 993,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. On that road to 1 million. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and help us get past 993 tonight. Edmund says Chelsea don't score a lot under Tuchel. Well, I think because we've played so many first teamers tonight, we will be I think we were going to do it anyway. I said it at the start of the week. Tactically, I know exactly how we're going to play against Chelsea. We're going to play deep. We're going to play the shield in front of the Maguire and Lindelof, and we will try and hit them on the break. And Chelsea will have way more of the ball. And remember, we are away from home. And we have played on a Thursday night with a lot of first teamers. So it's not going to be expansive United on Sunday. It's going to be potentially another of those ones where on a Monday morning we're waking up again and saying, why do 0-0 against the traditional top 6 side? Nice ball out to Martial on the left here. The game is quite stretched now, which is good because Sociedad will want to try and win this game. And United, obviously, with resting players, will be, there's players out there that will want to impress. Greenwood's on the right-hand side at the moment. On his left foot, gets it into Martial. No, he should have got... It's it to Tuanzebe. Nice ball by Tuanzebe. Greenwood, that should have come in a lot quicker there. But it's a lovely run by Greenwood. Ooh, side netting. See, this is why Greenwood's a striker and not a winger, because when he gets this here from Tuanzebe, this cross should go in 2 or 3 times and he still puts the shot in. It's lovely play by Greenwood, but he's only ever thinking about the shot. See, the cross should come in there. Bang. And he doesn't. Rangers versus Man United, that's the draw I'm hoping for. Gerrard versus Ollie. Says, mate, I don't care who we get tomorrow. we will be in the draw tomorrow. Let's not piss about. We are going to be in the draw tomorrow. I don't care who we get, but I hope we get somebody good. I hope we do get a Rangers would be good because we'll be favourites, but it'll be exciting. I'm not sure I'd like to get a Spurs or an Arsenal, to be honest with you. I don't think that at this stage of the tournament's a good thing. I don't mind getting them later on, but you don't want a hard draw. I'd like an exciting draw. Mulder would be interesting for Ollie, of course. But I want an easy draw, really. I think Rangers would be an exciting draw, but I want an easy draw. Striker's instinct from Mason, Michael Collins says. Yeah, he has that instinct. Sociedad on the attack here. I think Bay's been my man of the match so far, by the way. Tuanzebe's playing in the midfield with Matic, which I'm more than happy about. Squad rules, isn't it? 45 minutes for Tuanzebe is what it's about. You know, if he puts in a good performance tonight, he's playing against a good side. You know, it's not Real Sociedad B team. It's a good Real Sociedad side that's trying to win. And I think, ideally you want to see Tuanzebe playing at centre back, but CDM, it's minutes, isn't it? It's confidence. It's more than 5 minutes, which is good. Ahmad time, says King. It is Ahmad time. It's Ahmad time. Hammer time. Hammer time. Do 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 do. Hammer time. Do 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 do. Hammer time. Hammer time. It's Hammer time. If you know, you know. MC Hammer. You can't touch this. That will never be a song that the Old Trafford faithful will go with because it's too cool for school. But Dan James has gone down with a bit of an injury here, which is... We don't want that. We don't want Dan James injured. I think he's all right. Dan, come off. Don't not come off because... Ahmed was ready to come on. No, he's come off. Now, for me, this is not about the reinvention of Lionel Messi. Look at the kid. He's small. He's 18. He's got to fill out everything. But what this is, and I'm sure Ahmed's going to get man of the match on the player ratings, half an hour. This is 14 more minutes than I thought he was going to get, which means he gets 32 minutes. I'm happy with that. I'm over the moon with that because it's half an hour for us to keep an eye on him. I'm not expecting Lionel Messi. I'm not expecting anything like that. Expectations need to be down. What I'm expecting from this game is just to see where he's at and what he's got and what his potential's at. I'm not expecting him to become a first teamer because I'm old enough to remember Ronaldo and it didn't go like that. And Ronaldo went on to be one of the world's best ever players and I'm not expecting that from Diallo. So what I'm expecting is a lad who's 18 and a half. Let's just see what he's all about. Give him a half an hour against a good side and build it out from there. And that's all I wanted to see. So I'm actually very happy with the way that Ollie has used his subs today. Apart from probably Rashford, but you can't have everything. Good header away by Tellez. Well in Diallo. Here we go, straight away. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's like watching Ronaldo. Straight away, gets the ball, skips past the player. Oh, I told you this. I said this 3 weeks ago. They said in training he was unbelievable. And this has been going on for a while now. Do you think Rashford can be a future United captain? I never actually thought about it until seeing him with the armband, says Verishan. He'd have to get a bit more consistent for me to be captain, but once he gets that, I think he can be. Nice ball by Greenwood. Greenwood's not afraid to get it to Diallo. Oh, bad first touch. But he wins it back well. There. Makes the mistake, wins the ball back. Good to see. On their attack then, Axel from CDM covered the run into the box well, while Matic tracked when they took it right. Acting better than Fred versus Everton, says Finn Carney. And do you ever think that Diallo will start in the Premier League anytime soon, mate, says Ethan Chapman. Well, look. I keep my expectations in relation to Diallo down. I think a lot of people have said this, United fans. We've just got to be patient with him because there will, as with any young player, whether it's Rashford 5 years ago, Greenwood now, there will be ups and downs. But the first thing is to establish whether he's got that talent to be a Man United first team player. And that's what this half an hour is for me. And it's not the half an hour to find out whether he has. It's just the half an hour to have a look at him and think, he looks all right. So, but he's had a couple of touches off the ball already. And he looks confident, which is the main thing. Some young players at this level, they get the ball. All they want to do is get the ball and pass the ball. And, just so that they don't do anything wrong. And already we've seen that his very first touch of the ball, he's like trying to run at people. And he did. So that's always good to see. A confident player. Nice ball into Matic here. Cross comes in. Good defending. Goes for a corner. You can vote for Ahmed in the player ratings as well. I think we know what's going to happen, but try and vote reasonably. I think that Eric Bailly's been a fantastic player. Tuanzebe's getting a bit of love in the live comments as well. Do you think Rangers are a team to be avoided, says Morgan? I think I'd like Mulder, because I think we'll beat Mulder. But there potentially isn't any easy ties left in this tournament once you get past this first round. Oh, it's a goal! And it's Tuanzebe! Get in! I love it! I absolutely love it! I think everybody's going to love that goal. What a goal that is. Diving, not a diving header, straight header into the net. He deserves that. Where's he been for the last 5 months? He pockets Mbappe, he pockets Neymar. He's not been getting enough time. Big up Tuanzebe and sit down, you haters, especially all you scummy haters who had a go at him all those weeks ago. Big up Tuanzebe. Absolutely love it. Haters in the mud. He's one of our own. We thought he should have started tonight. Well, what a way and what a goal. Brilliant, brilliant, strong header. Dominant header. Get in. I'm so happy for him. So happy for him. Get in. Get in. Get in. It's a shame Seb's in bed because he'd be going, get in. Lovely stuff. Really pleased for him. Really pleased for him because he's only, he's not a first teamer. He has been through some difficult stuff with these complete and utter cretins on social media. Wasn't even his bloody fault in the first place. Confidence brims 1-0. What are they reviewing the goal for? They're going to go and bloody take the goal off him now. What are they reviewing it for? Oh, for fuck's sake. What's Lindelof doing? That is going to get ruled out. Oh, fucking Lindelof. Thinks he's Jean-Claude Van Damme. What's he doing? No goal. Fucking Lindelof. Oh, Lindelof bloody ruins it. Prat. So Lindelof basically jumps up into the air like he's on a bloody trampoline and knees an Atletico Madrid player. Oh, that's just... Oh. So disappointed because not because of the goal. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to go through. It's just one of those nice moments for a player that needs a boost. I keep calling Real Sociedad Atletico Madrid. There's something in my head. I can't help it. It's been going on for weeks. If you know, you know. I've been saying we're playing Atletico Madrid for weeks as well. I don't know why I think Atletico Madrid are Real Sociedad. I think it's the red and white stripes. But I feel bad. I feel bad there. A flying knee from... He belongs on a bloody Street Fighter game. But no, the referee gets it right. It's definitely... You can't give the goal when you see what Lindelof did. You can't give the goal. But I'm just disappointed for Tuanzebe. He jumped really high. He jumped really high, and the problem is, not only did he jump really high, but his knee, he jumped so high, his knee hit the bloody Atletico Madrid player who was jumping in the head. Maybe, I think Lindelof needs to take up a career in basketball, because, tell you what, talking about aerial ability, if he could jump like that all the time, we could drop Maguire. Player ratings will be going on the website unitedstand.com in about 5 minutes. But now I do agree with the goal being chalked off. I'm just disappointed for him. Why are people still talking about Atletico Madrid when it says Sociedad on the screen? And I've just explained to you. Oh, what a shot by Martial. I think Martial's had a good game. How is that actually a foul? He's gone up not looking at the player. Yes, with his knee, but that's jumping naturally. How can you jump straight-legged, Luke Daring? It's dangerous play, Luke. Just think if United are against Chelsea at the weekend and Giroud jumps up and does that to one of our defenders and then Pulisic heads it in. We're going to say it should be. Love the content. Could you shout out my girlfriend Casey, says Harvey Ford. Yeah, shout out to Casey. Hope you're doing well, Casey. And also, I'm sorry, what's Lindelof meant to do? He is attacking the ball, says Daniel Harding. No, mate, I just think it's a foul. Why can't he jump like that in our box when we're defending, says Oliver Smith? Because he's probably zonal marking. I think Martial's played well today. Please subscribe, by the way. We're trying to get to 993,000. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Help us on the way to 1 million. Let's hit 993 tonight. Lindelof plays Tekken, confirmed, says Roy MLX. Lindelof in the UFC next week with these knees, says Simon. And watch Lindelof get a lower player rating now, says Jake Howard. No, I don't think that. I don't think that. I don't think he'll get a lower player rating at all. I think it's... It just would have been nice for Tuanzebe to score. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, does it? People are actually saying Lindelof out after that. He's been solid tonight. Some people are just idiots. Yeah, I think it's just the disappointment, isn't it? Can you give me a shout out? Mr. Busy says, and love the content, Mark. Keep it up, says Juan. Yeah, I'm not going to read your second name. Is Lindelof the next Michael Jordan, says Stephen Ward. Is Sociedad on the attack? I do quite like Tuanzebe as a CDM, but I don't think he is a CDM. I think his body movement is that of a centre-back. But many centre-backs can play at CDM, but I do think that he is isn't a centre-back. He's a centre-back. Why try, says Brandon Williams, is going to get a red card if he's not careful. Yeah, I mean, look at Lindelof there. His jump is ridiculous. The problem with it is it's a foul. It is a foul. Whether he interferes with the goal or not, it's a foul. He absolutely takes the player out. I don't know how anybody can say the refs are prat. It is. I don't know about a yellow card, but it is a foul. There's no intent there, but it is a foul. You've got to say it's a foul. It probably looks worse than it is as well. Well done, Williams there. Gets it back to Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson, again, must be so pissed off. Like, he's had nothing to do. I mean, the penalty was missed. He's had nothing. I think he's caught the ball from across. He's not had a shot on his goal. I don't think there's been any shots on goal. I mean, you can say he's been assured again, but I think that's a credit to the defence. I think Lindelof and Bailly have been very, very good. Isaac's a very good striker, and they've kept him very quiet in the first half, haven't they? Noah says it was a foul, but the ref has been bad. Victor, the industrial vacuum, not only does he suck in his fullbacks, he sucks goals away from his centre-backs, looking like he tries for Cobra Kai series, says Gabriel Noel. Welcome to the Members Club, Jamie Ralph. Thank you very much for joining. Lovely ball onto the back post, and Brandon Williams can't get it. Robbo FM, agree Tony has played well and Brandon kind of needs to ditch that One Direction haircut, says Robbo FM. He's a young lad, isn't he? He's a young lad. He'll be popular with the youngsters, and, you know, I'm sure we've all been that young before with our hairstyles. Alexi says, yeah, right. When someone says Lindelof has been solid, solid is not good enough for Man United. He's just not good enough to be a centre-back for a club like Man United. Well, we do need to buy a centre-back. Leicester are heading out, by the way. That is still the case. They are 1-0 down with 20 minutes to go, and it's an away goal. So Slavia Prague not knocking Leicester out really surprises me, because Leicester have played really well in the Premier League. It might not be a bad thing for them to get knocked out, but the team they've selected it's a strong team. There is no Maddison. Maddison not fit for this game. I don't know what the problem is with him, but maybe that's the miss, because they've had to play. There's no Harvey Barnes either. He's had to bring Harvey Barnes on, so maybe he's underestimated this game a little bit, Brandon, because they're heading out. Once had hair like Brandon, hair is now going like their number 14, says Luke Tarring. And, hey Mark, I think you missed my last super chat, but how do I become part of the members club, says Grace. If it's available in your country, there's a join button and then you can join. Thank you very much for the super chat. I think Alex Tellers has played well. He's created many chances. I think a lot of United players have played well. I don't think there's been a bad performance from any United player tonight, because I don't think Sociedad are a bad side. So I'd just say that poor old Dean in goal probably gets an average 6 because he's had nothing to do. You can't, sometimes as a goalkeeper, when you have an average game, it means your outfield people, especially your defence, have done their job. I think Bay's probably been my man of the match at the moment, but Tellez has been good. Obviously, the fullbacks have shared the role 45 minutes each, so it's a little bit different, but welcome to the Members Club United Forever. Thank you very much for joining. Leicester focused on top 4. Well, maybe Manash, but they did. We've not really got the ball to Diallo, have we? They did put a strong team out last week in Prague. So, welcome to the Members Club. Aiden Hoopt. Big chance for Sociedad here. Cross came in. Lindelof did his job. Quick corner. Sorry, quick free kick. Cross comes in. Gets his head on it, but Lindelof did his job defensively well there. Sociedad have Voldemort on, says Hackman. Did well there, Lindelof, on the front post. I think Lindelof's had a good game. Player ratings is open on the website. Well up by Eric Bailly and Maguire. Voldemort shoots over. Shoretire is coming on. Give him 15 minutes. Nice one, Ollie. He does look so young. He looks so young. But it's great experience for him. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner is Lindelof into the box, and I think he's won a corner there. Lindelof's not particularly happy. Ringo, what a nice one. Right, player ratings is open on theunitedstand.com. I'm just going to drop the link in the video description for you, for those who can't be asked just to go to the website, but I will. I like to help you. So, corner to Real Sociedad. I think there's no chance of us going out. Straight into the hands of the keeper there. So, Diallo gets fouled. Probably be Greenwood coming off, I think. I'd be surprised if it's not. Yeah, Greenwood off. As expected. So links in the video description for the player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being average. Put a star next to your man of the match and submit your score. And yeah, lots of interesting scores there, because some people have only played 45 minutes, an hour, but it's long enough to give them a score. And I'm very grateful to say that I can actually do this for you as well. And I should have done it with Diallo, but I will make sure I do it with Shoretire. There's Diallo. There he is on the pitch. Mason Greenwood's coming off. And he's got his own little badge now. Look, there he is, number 74. He's part of the team. And he's got 15 minutes. Number 74, Shola. Martial's not going to keep that on. It goes for a throw. And he's broken the record. He's the youngest European appearance ever. 17 years and 23 days. He's literally just 17. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, I don't need this shit. My live comments ain't working. Piss off. Is YouTube down or something? I can't get on my bloody live comments. Sorry about this, everybody. There we go. Well, that was weird. Welcome to the Members Club, Man United and Aiden Haupt. Makes me wonder what went wrong with Angel Gomez. It was surely not because he was small, maybe something contractual. Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, that's a very good point from Sharath Kamath Fitness because, you know, look at Shola. He does look young. Lovely turn by Martial, loses the ball, unfortunately. 2-0 to Prague, Leicester out. They can focus on top four. I don't think that'll be a conscious decision by Brendan Rodgers because he has still picked quite a strong team. Can we play English sides next round, Mark? Says Michael. I'm pretty sure that we can. Pretty sure that we can. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we can. About 10 minutes to go in this game. Mark, when do you think Diallo will make it into the first team as United have a weaker spot in that position? I think he's going to be a little bit of a while off yet. Yeah, I think he'll be a bit of a while off yet. If he's doing well in training, then that's the main thing. And he's just got to work hard in relation to the opportunities that he gets. Here he is. Oh, it's Martial. He's offside. Only Spurs can stop us winning this, says Robert McCormack. Yeah, Robert, the problem is we don't tend to do that well against Arsenal, do we? I'd rather play Arsenal over 2 legs than 1 game. I think we're better than Arsenal, but there just seems to be a bit of a... And it can become psychological. It's a bit like Ollie and Lampard. We always used to seem to get, apart from the FA Cup semi-final, but we always seem to do quite well against Lampard. And Arteta always seems to do well against Ollie. But I don't want Arsenal and I don't want Spurs in the next round. I think that would be a pain in the backside, to be honest, because you want to get an easier game because it's not even the quarterfinals next, is it? It's the round before the quarterfinals because we play an extra round. So it's not even the quarterfinals. Leicester are going out. Yep. I'm just having a look at all the other Europa League scores. Leverkusen are going out, which is quite interesting. Young boys knocking out Leverkusen is quite a big surprise there. Dynamo Kiev are going through. Dinamo Zagreb are going through. Leicester are going out. Milan are through at the moment, although that could change. Red Star Belgrade, 2 away goals, but it's 3-3 on aggregate for Milan, so they would go through. PSV are going through at the moment, yes, and Roma are through as well. So, yeah, there are some teams there that I would like to avoid. Not because I think they're better than us, but I'd rather get an easier game. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting Prague, actually. Yeah, it's the round of 16 next, isn't it? Because this is the round of 32. And then the next round is the FA Cup. FA Cup. What am I talking about? Quarterfinals. Rashford was a bit of a waste. Ollie could have given Galbraith a run on, says Hugo. Yeah, Rashford's not really been in the game, has he? Didn't follow much of Atalanta, but as Ahmed already played more for us than them, he surely has a winger's body type. And that was for Athmeth Krithis. Hey, Mark, I just came from school. How are Ahmed and Shola playing, says Fraught. They've not really had much of the ball, really. Look at Martial's neck, says Clinton Sam. Well, look at the confidence of Tuanzebe to take that down in his own box, and then he wins a foul. I think Tuanzebe's been very good second half. I think he's looked really good, Tuanzebe, in this 45 minutes. And considering Sociedad haven't let up, they've certainly tried to win the game. I think he's had a good game. Nice little play here between Matic. I think Lindelof's had a good game as well, yeah. That's a foul on Martial. Yeah, I hope it's reflected in the player ratings. You can do your player ratings for the match reaction. The link's in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being average, star next to your man of the match. And don't let your previous feelings about players cloud the honest truth of tonight's game. Because I think that it's been a good performance from people such as Victor Lindelof, and I think Anthony Martial's played well as well. I do. I don't think they've put a foot wrong. I think Matic has done well. This is a good Sociedad side, and we haven't had to win the game, but we've kept our motivation levels, and we've given a good account of ourselves. So I'm very happy with it. I'd like to have seen Ahmed get on the ball a little bit more. I think we'd all like to have seen that, but it hasn't happened. There's Bay. He's trying to get the ball. You can tell he's trying to get the ball to Ahmad. Here is Ahmad. And the ball goes out, unfortunately. He started off lively, but we've just not really got the ball out wide enough. Same with Rashford on the left. It's nothing to do with Ahmad. We've just not really used the wings well enough. And that's probably because we've got Tuanzebe and Matic playing in the midfield too, so there's not going to be a lot of creativity coming from the midfield. There's a shot straight at Henderson. Oh, nearly spills it, but he gets onto it. Slippy fingers there from Henderson. First real shot at Henderson, actually. I can't... Is this the first shot they've had on target? I can't think of a shot they've had. Straight at him. Spills it a little bit, but not a problem. Not a problem. So, got 5 minutes to go here. Rashford. So I thought he was hobbling a bit there. That's the last thing we want to see. Don't want to see any hobbling from Rashford. Here he is. Oh, it's a poor ball by Rashford. Go on, get it wide fast. Fast. Get it to Ahmad. Here he is. One little touch. Does well. Give and go. Why didn't you give him back there, Brandon? Give it him. Oh, just give it to Ahmed. He was open there. Why? It's like they're ignoring Amad Diallo there. He could have had the ball 4 or 5 times from Williams, from Tuanzebe, from Matic, and they all just bloody ignored him. Give him the bloody ball. Good cross though by Matic. Next challenge for Tuanzebe playing CDM when we dominate the ball, perhaps. See his passing distribution. And in your opinion, who's the best left winger in the league? Says Ravindran, probably Mane. And this result shows we have a real lack in quality in the squad. We won't win a thing for years, says Max. I think it's been a contained performance from Manchester United. I think there's been a lot of good defensive performance. I mean, the fact that they've only had 1 shot on goal shows that we've played quite good defensively. But yeah, creativity. When Bruno goes off the pitch, the creativity goes out the window, doesn't it? And I think we can all say that. But they've had 1 shot on target in the whole game, and that was that one that Henderson spilled. So yeah, we have defended well, I think. There's a player down injured here for them. Yeah, Leicester are not coming back, and just having a quick look at the Milan game, see if they're going through. Roma still going through, PSV still going through, and Milan are still going through. Although 1 goal either way in those games, it could knock one of them out. Welcome to the Members Club, Barry. I can't read your surname because it's rude. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. On that road to 1 million, we're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. We will have the Europa League draw tomorrow at midday as well. So subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, get your notifications. We're always live, interactive, lots to get involved in on the channel. Thanks everyone who's tuned in tonight. We have got the match reaction. Lots of things to talk about in the match reaction, as well as the player ratings, which we'll be doing with you as well. You can vote for that. It's interactive in the show. It aggregates all your thousands of votes, and then I'll give my vote, and we'll see how close we are on them. I think we'll be quite far apart on a few of them, because I think I'm going to give people good ratings, and some of you lot are going to go, no, I don't like that player, I'm giving him a crap rating. So yeah, we will see. We will see. How long is it? He probably won't add that much on. It's a shame. I mean, look, it's been a good experience for Amad, but he's not had a lot of the ball. And neither Shola really. It's I think for Shola it's just a bit of a run out, isn't it? I don't think anybody feels that he will be ready just yet. I mean, he's literally only just 17, but it's good for him to get out there and, you know, build on that. But with Ahmed, I think he's probably going to be further along the journey. But, well, I'll tell you what I think about Ahmed in the player ratings on the match reaction. But, you know, I'm not going to over-egg the pudding. I think it's very clear to me where we are with Ahmed. And, you know, I certainly will not be saying let's start the kid against Chelsea. That's not where I'm at with it at all. 4 minutes added on here. Welcome to the Members Club, Mark Poppers. Ricky's faves have been the best tonight, plus Bay, says Luke Haynes. I genuinely believe that Tuanzebe could be our CDM, just sitting in front of our centre-backs like an Ndidi type player, says Ollie Jones. I don't think Man United should be turning centre-backs into CDMs. We should be spending money. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world, really. Don't call me negative, but I feel Telles would have been insane for Chelsea. He's more of a wing-back than left-back. We don't use him enough, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. I think you're spot on. I don't think I do not think we've seen what Telles is all about, because Telles is more of an attacking left-back, you're right. Nice switching of the play there by Tuanzebe, though. I think he moves the ball. I mean, that's lovely by Telles. I think he moves the ball very, very well, Axel. I think he's good on the ball. Switch it to the right. Go on. Get it to the right quick. Go right. No, the other bloody way, Matic. You bloody prat. Go to the right. Too late now. What did Matic do that for? One way. He's like a bloody one. If Matic was a road, it'd be a one-way system. Like all the space is on the bloody right, and he passes back left. It's congested on the left. You know why I want it to go to the right? Because it's where Ahmad is. I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Lindelof tonight. I think second half, he's probably been better than Bailly. Right, go to the right. Axel, go to the right. Move it, quick. Give it to Diallo. You're the right back. That's it. Here we go. Look at his close control. That's a foul as well. He's got brilliant feet, Ahmad. Very close control. It's not finished yet, Johnson. Still a couple of minutes to go. He might get more of the ball yet. Hope Ollie realises there are better centre-back pairings, says Anorm. Well, we were talking about that on the match reaction. It's one of the things I want to talk about, but... nicely into Martial. He's had a hard game, Martial, today, but I think he's had one of his better games in a long, long time. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, he's gone wide. Williams nearly giving up a penalty there. Ahmad working back, which he's got to do. That's probably part of his game that Ollie really wants to work on, you know, with Ahmad. It'll be the defensive discipline. Because we all want to see the attacking, but obviously in any football team now, if you're playing off the wing, you've also got to defend well. And has he got the height to do that? Into the 3rd minute. Yeah, well, the thing about the Europa League as well is that the game ends, you wake up tomorrow, it's Friday, and you're playing on Sunday, and it's a massive game against Chelsea. So this game has really been... I've enjoyed it. There's a lot of things I take from this game as a football fan. You know, I don't think it would be one anybody other than a United fan will have enjoyed watching it. And I'm sure there's a lot of United fans who won't enjoy watching it as well. But I think that Milan are not out. Milan are through because they got 2 away goals. So 1-1, 3-3 on aggregate. And they had 2 away goals, didn't they? So Milan are not out. But that's the final whistle. Good result for Manchester United. A 0-0. I did say it would be a draw. And... you know, we were never going to lose that game, but it was nice not to lose the game, maybe 1 or 2-0. I think the defence, the back four, played really, really well, especially the centre-backs. Very impressed with Tuanzebe. I thought Martial played well. I'm talking too much. We'll talk about this on the match reaction. The link's in the video description. I'll see you there in a couple of minutes. Lots to talk about. I want to talk about the centre-back pairing. I'll give you my assessment on Ahmad and what it means for the rest of the season for United with Leicester being out. I think that's quite a big topic to discuss as well. Solskjær and his subs, did he get it right? Did he get it wrong? Links in the video description for the match reaction. But also, I'll be live there in a minute or two. But player ratings. Always enjoy the player ratings. Very interested to see what your player ratings are going to be compared to mine. The link's in the video description for that, or you can go to theunitedstand.com. Vote for every player out of 10, 6 being average. Star next to your man of the match. Give Ollie a score, and we'll go through that in a couple of minutes on the match reaction as well. Really interested to see what people like Dan James, Victor Lindelof, Anthony Martial get, because I think they might get lower scores than they actually deserve. So vote on the player ratings. I'll see you on the match reaction in a minute or two.